Hello? Do we have sound? Please tell me we have sound. Do we have sound? Remember this morning I said that I was trying to connect my GoPro, a camera, and I've not had the time because I've been on live all day long. And so this weekend I will disconnect, but I think that's what's giving me problems. Okay. I sent Recovery Addict the link to pop on live with me if he wants. No pressure. I'm going to move the mic back. Is that still good? Yeah, I wanted to have a second camera, kind of like Recovery Addict, but I wanted to have it in a way that I can use it if I want for a different application, so I could have signing with a picture. So I could be talking to you right now and then later go back and I have the camera and I can sign and mesh them. We'll see. Yay, we're here. I got all my notes. I got my pizza. And I have, not sponsored, my salted caramel. Now, I don't drink a whole lot, y'all. Nope. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I have a little mosquito bite. So, how are y'all? Did anybody eat? Look what I found. I'm going to ask my daughter to do me a favor. It may upset her. Hey, Sarah, can you please bring me what's in the printer? This, yes, it is from, I think, Reddit. It is tiny as hell. Two-sided. Witness map. And I can't read this one. But I have it on my computer so we can look at it in a little bit. So, what is every eating tonight? Yay! Let me post the banner. Give me 1 second, though. Give me a second. I have someone who wants to come down. However, my phone is up and running if anybody wants to call in. I spilt food on me and I was able to clean it real fast. Thank God. Thank God. Boy, y'all, this has been a very, very interesting week. Oh, you are such an angel, beloved. Oh, good. I'd rather have that than what we had. I can read this one better. Oh, it only printed one side. It's okay. So, what I like is the way they laid it. So, we'll pull it up. Moi saved it. I saved it. I sure did. Okay. Present. Share screen. Share window. Share that. I'm going to share. Hello from China. You are awesome. Okay, y'all. This is what I'm going to do. I have to take myself off to make this big because this thing is very tiny. See? And then I've got to pull it. So right now, I love this because they put who testified and when. Kevin Albert is the only one that has not testified in the Albert family. Colin has testified. The juvenile son I don't think will testify. So all of the green is the Albert family. Jennifer McCabe testifying. Matt McCabe is testified. Alice is testified. This is an older version. Then we have the Proctor family. Then we have Tristan, Morris, Sarah. These are friends. Brian Higgins. Okay, no relation. All right. And then what I like over here is here's some more. And the purple is O'Keefe family. The pink is Reed. O'Keefe. So we've had Paul, Aaron, John O'Keefe, juvenile and juvenile. They will not testify. Well, they will later. I know that I've heard they will. Then we have the Camarino family. I don't think they're going to do anything. We have the Robert family. We have the Kola Kathakachika Ocha family. I don't know who that is. And then these are just other. So this is first responders. So I really like this. I just wish I could get it bigger and y'all can see it. But isn't that nice? What do y'all think about that? I would love my own website, but I can't afford it, y'all. All of this is expensive. I can't afford it right now. I need to monetize. And I need 1,000 people in order to monetize. So, help me, y'all. Help me. Yeah, it was. It is. It is a forest of green. Oh, that's priceless. I love it. Okay, guys. Well, I don't know what to do first. I can do some bad dad. What is it called? The best dad jokes of 2024. Man, I could do all kinds of things, I guess. But I need more space in here. I don't have enough space. So is anyone going to call and talk? Please? Okay, y'all. I have down here, and it's going to be hard because I need to pull back. I have here day 10 through 14. And I want you to see how thick all those notes are. This entire binder are my notes. What do you mean? Sparkles, what do you mean? Hi! How are you doing? I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Well, how is my sound, RA? I had to put the mic further back. How do I sound I know, how nice. I have found a way to disconnect from the wire. My new hearing aids are Bluetooth, so they connect to it's called a Air Fly. It's what you use when you're on an airplane and you have hearing aids or Bluetooth ear pods like iPods or whatever they're called. And you plug it in and it Bluetooth connects. And now I can sit back and sign and talk at the same time. And it's not easy, but I'm loving it. It was really nice that you stopped by. I really thank you so much. I'm still struggling with the camera problem. Now, instead of a black screen, I bought first the new HTMI. I bought everything new. And now all I have is the rainbow of colors sliding up and down. Yeah, but I need the GoPro to work. I really do. I'm waiting for your new technology. I really want to see it. And I want to hear more about the foot pedal. That would be awesome. So, where are you in the trial? RA, where are you? Have y'all caught up? Because today was spicy as hell. Let me show you what I started putting up. I can't do the spicy meter that you do, but dang. Yeah, it was a spicy day. You really are. You really are. All I'm going to say is have your counter up. I have the one on my stream deck, and I'm watching back the Colin testimony. Yeah, can't remember. Oh my gosh, it's so many times. It is so awful. Yeah, it is. It is. But it's fun. It is fun having all the spice. I really need to work on my lighting. I had hired these two men and they came and I bought these lights they told me I needed, and I'm not happy. The background is a wood, all natural, but I can't find a color to look good. It's either too orange, too green, too blue, too purple. I just wanted a really nice, comfortable. I wanted to be able to see in the cubbies, and I can't. Thank you from China. No, China. You are awesome, and thank you for coming. Get your emotional zebra handy, RA. Oh, oh, is that what you're talking about? I won't spoil it. I won't. So now that we have some people watching, let's talk about the highlights of this week. Please, anyone have questions or comments? This time is for us to communicate, get to know each other better, and enjoy each other. Yeah. The pickles will be good to eat during that part. I don't think Recovering Addict is still on, but I sent him his favorite pickles, and then I sent him another kind. Not sure if he liked them or not. And then I sent with those two things this for his wife. I never send something for one person and not the other. Popcorn and Dr. Pepper. How was the second jar? The one that's not your favorite. How was that? You finished both today? I know it hurts my mouth. I still have a sore that big in the roof. You're never going to grow old. You're just going to picklefy. Did you like the spice? I was not sure. I hope your wife enjoyed the scent of the lotion. If not, it's okay. Well, yay! Like I said before, I may not be able to pay people everything they're worth, but I always, well, always, it's so hard to sign and talk. Always will bless them in whatever way I can. Everybody's time is worth something, and that's what's important. So, recovery actor addict. By the way, ooh, addict, and I don't want to use that sign. So, you're a tech person. So I'm giving you your sign name. Are you ready? This is technology. Technology. Middle finger. But yours is RA. RA. So RA, today, what part of the trial got you the most? And I am going to turn my fan on. This computer is super big and it gets super hot in here. Oh, come on. Oh, oh, oh. Sorry about that, but it gets like an oven in here. See, what happens is I have a very nice. Got it. Give the man open hand, not this way. That means technology. No, 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 no. 5 hand, drop the pinky, technology. But your sign name, RA. Oh, there goes the camera. I bumped it. Okay, now we're good. I'm in frame. So, with this computer that I have, it gets very hot. So, eh, that's the price I have to pay for an awesome computer. Okay, want to talk about day 10? Ooh, bread in the oven? You thank God you didn't say bun in the oven. Then I'd be going, did you have your phones in the room when you created the bun? Okay, y'all. That's funny. Okay. Day 10 started with who? That's a good. Oh, he buttoned out somebody and he got a bun in the oven. We'll see if he heard us. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I have a friend coming in, and when she pops up, I'll have to tell her where something is, so it's okay. Uh, there we go. So, one thing about American Sign Language is, hey, come on in. Oh, keep it clean till 2 hours. Come on in. I'm doing our Friday night fun night. All right. It is in the front sewing room on the thing. You can just take it.
Up front. Okay. Thank you.
How you doing?
So much better.
Oh,
I just felt so crappy this morning, and then Linda came home this afternoon, and what do? I go outside because I forgot to shut the water up. Let me go get the thing, and then I'll say.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I forgot. You were there. Did he hear it? RA can take a joke, y'all. I don't think he's going to get that upset with us. I don't think. Um, so we started out, y'all, with Brian Albert. Oh, yeah, let me go back to the signing. Sorry about that. So, in sign language, we do not sign every word, and it's not English. So, if I want my kids, and I use this example all the time, if I want my kids to go and bring me my shoes, I would not sign, Matthew, please go bring me my shoes. Instead, it would be shoes want, Matt. Thank you. Matt, choose one. Thank you. So it's a little different. So that's why it's really hard to sign and talk in ASL at the same time, because you really can't. I mean, sign and talk in ASL. I can talk in English and sign in ASL. Like I said, your brain goes crazy. Sometimes um, I will say things in order of sign language instead of saying, I need to go get milk and bread, and then I need to go and get a wire for my phone. It would be store, go, must, bread, milk, finish, new store, go, must, wire, finish. I mean, it's really weird. And I got my Peppers in here. Come here, Peppers. Come here. Oh, no, she wants a butt scratch. No, over there. Get up. So, anyway, it's a fun night. I'm not worried too much. Yeah, it's kind of shorthand. It is. Okay, so we're talking about, I'm going to just do BA for Brian Albert. Um, I'm not going to talk about everything, and I don't think, or maybe I should. Y'all can answer me, but I don't think I need to talk about the order of events when everyone left the bar or went to another bar or go to the home, and who arrived when and who left when. I don't need to do all that tonight, right? Sensei, thank you. Maybe my hand? Was that it? Sometimes when I sign, my hands pop. No? Kathy, would you bless me and shut my door, please? Shut the door. Keep out the devil, yeah. Shut the door in the middle of the night. Shut the door. Okay. Yeah, I sang that in choir. So I've just kind of highlighted a few things from everyone's testimony. Yeah, this is testimony. Put your hand on the Bible and swear to say the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. All right, let me look. Uh, And why don't you give me a call and we can talk? I would love to. Hey, would it help me figure that out? See how that works. See how that works. Can't talk about today because RA. Okay, well, we'll wait a little bit. If you can hang on. And I don't know if RA is with us. RA is, if you're with us, let us know. And let us know when you leave, because that will be kind of where we talk. But if anybody wants to talk about day 10 and day 11, we can do that. So, okay, tonight, I don't have any. Oh, come on in. Oh my gosh.
I'm here.
Hello.
I was in the green room. How are you doing?
I just died. Move it over. Welcome, Mr. R.A.
Yeah, something about
No, 5 hand.
5.
Drop the middle.
Drop the middle. Okay.
That's technology.
Technology. And
Like you're taking a wire and plugging
RA.
it in.
RA.
R.A. Only a deaf person can give a sign name.
I spent some time over in England, and they have different sign language, right? So they have they use the alphabet and they sort of paint on their hands. So they've got the vowels A, E, I, O, U. So RA would be RA over there. I won't show you the sign they gave me, but it looks a lot like soda pop. Yeah, something about that.
So,
how are you doing?
I am okay. I've been struggling a little because I started trying to plug in everything with the GoPro, and I go live and my sound isn't there, but at least I figured out how to fix it.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple questions about the tech, and then first of all, you can talk about whatever you want about the trial. There's so much going on Twitter. I think I've heard everything that's going to happen next week as well.
Oh, okay, that's good then. Okay, because
I haven't watched it, so it's going to be new to me. I don't know exactly. I know there's some bombs coming. There's some spicy words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I couldn't. I tried my damnedest to. And I find it interesting that the defense lawyer. Oh God, what is his name?
Yannetti or Jackson or
the main one. Yannetti was going, and I was like, "You really love saying this in court, dude. You are just enjoying this way too much."
Your beep button messed with your audio. It really.
Oh, I know what.
Now it sounds like you're in a can.
Okay. What's happening is my Rodecaster, I'm going to have to send it back because it's shorting out the buttons. I just do that, and now my voice changes to the echo.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
No good. I bought one Rodecaster, and I had a little problem with it. There was a little flicker on the screen. And so I bought another Rodecaster, but I never sent the first one back. I ended up sending it to Thomas, my podcast partner. So he has my first Rodecaster, and I updated the software and it fixed the flicker. So it worked out.
What I do is, if I know I'm not going to be using that particular, I think I'm going to go and see if I can delete that one button in the actual program, because it's only one button that's doing it. But I put it on an empty slate where there's no color up when I'm not using it, and then I'm being very gentle when I push buttons around it. My favorite button to use is
you have the Pro too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't. I just have the original. I don't have the high tech one.
I have the Pro too, and I love it.
It's got the voice.
You mean I have something that God does not have?
Yes, you do.
Wow.
But speaking of
well,
tech,
the mic.
Speaking of tech with your GoPro, a couple tests I want to just to see if you've done. Have you plugged the GoPro with the cable just into the back of a TV?
Yes, and it worked.
I'm sorry, I can't take that seriously. Okay. So it works. That means your cable.
I'm trying to get to know you, and I don't know how far you go, but did you hear them asking about, did you have a butt dial one night and get a bun in the oven? Because you had bread in the oven.
This was zucchini bread. That's as far as we go. It was. We'll leave it at that.
I won't do. Okay.
The squeaky voice is hilarious.
Are we still there?
Yes, you're still squeaky. It's still out.
Okay, I'm done.
You're good.
I'm done, right? I'm back?
Okay, you're good. Normal now.
Okay.
I shouldn't have told you. You could have gone the whole night like that.
I would have seen it soon.
So it's the capture card that's having problems?
I think my other capture card just gave me a black screen. This one gives me the rainbow line. The computer is telling me it's not recognizing the camera.
Is there any other HDMI device you can plug into that, like a DVD player or
everything? My camera's plugged into it, and it's an HDMI.
So you can. So the capture card works on its own, but it just doesn't recognize what GoPro's sending.
I guess this is a GoPro 7. I'm really told that GoPro 7s really should not be used for this. That they're too finicky. And so what I'm thinking is I've been wanting to upgrade the GoPro because when I interpret for, do you know who Sandy Patty is? Christian famous artist of all time. She's saying, okay, she's like Whitney Houston is the Christian.
All right.
And I interpreted for her, and I like to have the GoPro there to film me so I can go back and look and see what I've done. I think I'm just going to upgrade the GoPro. I think I'm going to have to just bite the bullet because everything I've researched online said that, you can buy a bunch of capture cards and eventually you may hit on one.
Okay, so the newer GoPros, starting with the 8. This is an 8 right here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have that plug.
Right.
So you have to get what's called a media mod, which is like a little shell on the outside. You slide it in and clip it, and on the back, that has little plugs.
Okay, what do you recommend I get? Should I get an 8? Should I go ahead and bite the bullet for a few dollars more and get a 12?
The features you get on some of the newer ones are like stabilization that you're really not going to need if you've got on a clamp, if you've got on a mat.
Yeah, it's always on a tripod or something.
So the 8 works for me. Just know that you have to get that media mod. I have to still, with mine, sometimes I have to turn it off and turn it back on, but I leave mine on 24/7. It's over my shoulder. It just is powered 24/7, just on a USB plug. So that works for me. If I have a problem, I just turn it off and turn it back on. It gets a little geeky, but there's an app that you can program these GoPros just by holding a QR code in front of them. And so you can play on your phone with the settings you want as far as the frame rate, as far as the zoom, everything. And you just hold it in front of it and it just programs it. And it sets it up. So I use that and it works a lot, but it's a little bit.
Okay. I'll wait till next month. I don't need to get the package with everything. I just want the freaking camera.
Yeah.
Because I have all the accessibilities. And I mean, I have a case with all my GoPros. I've got 4 GoPros, including the 360. Have you seen the 360? I put it on top of my car when I'm going into a hurricane.
I'd like
to. I
drove
drove mine through a hurricane.
That's awesome. That's neat. I have 3 GoPro Hero 8s and I love them. They work really well. I don't have any need to upgrade anything newer. But I've only got, I think I've got 2 media mods and 3 GoPros, and the batteries overheat in them when I keep them plugged in all the time. So I run it on USB-C with no battery, and it can give me a clean HDMI feed out, and it's good. So, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I missed storm chasing in this past 2 weeks. Would have been awesome to go storm chasing. We've had so many storms, but Yeah, I'm getting ready, like I said, to get my drone license. So I'm trying to get that done. I got accepted into college full time today. The official documents came in, so
I
it's
have
official.
I have a party sound I just used. So.
Well, I need. You know what I can't find is a good party sound, but I'm also looking for a good drum roll. Now I do have the jail door slamming for my jail widow channel. It's kind of cool. Um, so when people are guilty, I slam the jail door.
Take that.
That's kind of
Um,
cool. So, but thank you so much. And when I get that, I'll give you a holler. I'll try and hook it up. If I get stuck, I'll give you a holler. But I think that that's all I need for now. I can't get that switcher for now. It's going to have to wait
yeah,
till
they're spendy.
August ish.
Then one of these is fun as well.
What is one of those?
It's a 4K HDMI transmitter that goes 600 feet with virtually no delay. So you plug your HDMI or SDI cable, either one into those. Run a little battery on it, right here. It'll clip on, and it will transmit. So you can set up a camera like somewhere remotely, and have no cables or anything, and just plug it straight in, and then it's, you know. I need one of these to make it go into your computer. These are only $300. These are only $700. It just starts adding up. Like I told you, I've got like 20 grand in this, and it's crazy. It's an addiction, but
yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. I want to be able
you
to.
don't need it. That's the funny thing. You don't.
Well, yeah, because one thing I want to do is when I go to these conferences and I'm interpreting, a lot of deaf people can't afford to go, and I want to provide access. So if I have that technology, I can set things up and I can run them all from where I'm at and sign once it's set up. So from where I want to go in the future, that's a problem with being deaf. Future. So yes,
Doesn't
I
work with
do
that.
want to do. Oh, I've gone up the nose and knocked my glasses off. Yeah. So anyway, so today, what's your take?
Okay, so we were on day 11, so I haven't heard all of the call-in stuff yet. So that's coming early next week, and it's going to be just amazing. So we got today. We got the last of Caitlin Albert, Tristan Morris, the boyfriend, Sarah Livingston. She was the RN friend who was at the house, and then Julie Nagel was on the stand when we finished.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do you know what? Since Monday we don't have trial, you ought to catch up and do Monday, and I'll hop on, have some fun.
We're gonna catch up a little bit, but I've made a promise, mostly because Brandy Churchwell is a close friend of the channel, and she's following this. She has done so much with her podcast.
I want to meet her.
She's made. I think she'll be at CrimeCon if you're going. I don't know. I don't think I am, but
that's the first time I heard of that was 3 weeks ago.
It's outside of my budget, honestly.
New.
$300, $400, $700 for a ticket. That's steep. And I'd love to meet people, but I'm not this person who likes to sit there and listen to, victims of crime tell their story. That I like to do it in court, but not in a seminar setting. So I don't know. I might go next year, but where was it? Oh, wait, Brandy, she did all this work on it. And she asked me because we share a lot of the same audience. And I said, look, out of respect for what you've done, I mean, it's a juicy story, but I'm not going to cover it live. And so that's why we're behind. And it sucks a little bit to not be up to the minute what's happening because it's so incredible. The story is just amazing. But we're going to be behind until the end. And then we'll probably catch up right before verdict and watch it on her channel or something. So,
well, if we ever have the opportunity, I'd love the three of us. I would love to meet her in this venue and thank her personally for letting me use her chart. I mean, this has been a godsend.
She's amazing with that. She's absolutely incredible. And she works like day and night to get that stuff ready.
I found this online. The purple, yeah, but it breaks it down into the families. Albert family is all this color, this color, But the thing is, it's not very user friendly. because it is so small. I love her. She has the pictures, which really help. Deaf people love pictures, so that's nice.
Yeah.
I had my first deaf person watching today. They texted me. They didn't comment. They're really shy people. So I'm happy. So, what was the most interesting, or did you learn something new today you didn't
Well,
know?
what, if any, do I not remember from today? Is that what you're asking? We had so many what if any's and so many
Yes.
forgetfulness. Somebody was saying it was like cross cross examnesia. Who I don't know what streamer came up with that, but they used the name of cross examnesia, which is just hilarious because you've got these people who have incredibly detailed memories down to the minute.
I can't do it.
Verbatim recounts of the same event on direct, and on cross-examination they don't know their birthday, and it's just the jury can see this. And I wish that we could get a little more information. Obviously the judge has restricted that in this case. We can't really find out what the jury is doing, but I'd love to be there and just see what their reaction is. Are they buying this? Are they shaking their head? Are they nodding? Are they rolling their eyes? I'd love to know what's happening right now. But to me, I will tell you, I haven't picked a side. I'm not on the free Karen Reed side. I'm not on the justice, lock her up side. It I don't know what happened. And I wish after 11 days of trial, I had a better idea of at least what cross-examination. Yes, that's the word. I wish I had a better idea of even what the state said had happened. And it's just, there's been such a lack of evidence against Karen Reed. It's been the defense of the Alberts. It's the state versus the Alberts, and the state, the prosecution is defending the Alberts. I'm waiting for the trial to start against Karen Reed. Really, is what we're at. So,
I think that's true. I think one of the things that has stumped me with this trial is I feel like the prosecution is too busy defending the defense's theory instead of proving their theory. And I think we got a little bit of that evidence more in the beginning, but it just, some of these witnesses, I think that the judge is starting to get a little tired today of some of these witnesses. Some of the, with the lawyers because they're asking the same questions over and over and over and over again.
How many times do we need to know that the basement door is 4 steps in from the front door? I mean, how many witnesses have to vouch for this?
I just really was like, are you freaking, now I'm cold. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, how many times did you have to figure out that at 12 o'clock there was snow on the ground? And so one of the things I'm doing is I'm telling people we're not going to discuss anymore the order that people came into the freaking house. We don't need to know it for the 100th time. But I understand. But what got me was Julie, the black object.
The blob on the
Blob. Lawn. I hate saying that. I hate saying the blob. Oh, Andrew, this is good. Did you see Caitlin slip up?
Caitlin, I don't think I don't think I've got to there yet. Let's see. Caitlin I don't think we've heard her yet. I think I know what it is though. Is that where she says that like Colin wasn't there when John was there or something like that? Like, wait, when who was there?
I need a minute. I was all like, in sign language, please, you're crying because you just screwed the pooch.
So many people seem to be towing the line as far as the story. And just but I've never seen a case where so many people who are not lawyers, okay, and from all I know, have no legal experience, understand how to get out of answering a question on the stand. Okay.
And then they say, oh, we had no prep time, 10, 15 minutes, maybe. Okay. Oh, honey, I've witnessed before. Oh, thank you, Eddie. I have witnessed before, and I got to tell you, they prep you like freaking forever. It's an all day event. And then Brian, well, this is you've probably heard, but people are saying, instead of saying Brian and Nicole's house, 34 Fairview Road, they've been instructed, I'm sure, because I was instructed, you don't use the names of people. If there's an address, use the address.
Association.
It's yes. And so you get people up there today and yesterday who would not say that the Albert's name. And everybody is still going off about the phone in the bed. I'm like,
I have a confession. My phone's under my pillow.
Wait. I used to sleep with my phone because it vibrates and I can't hear. I have no problem with that. But you're not claiming to have butt dialed somebody, have a 1 second phone call, and that I would have accepted that. But let's think about this. And they go through this. My phone is like this. I have to turn it on, put it in my face, do the code or do the face thing, pull it up, and push it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and using the term butt dial when you've got face unlock on your phone.
The only time I butt dial
that I won't go there, but
might as well. We're fine. If I'm like this and I'm carrying my phone, I have dialed people accidentally. But if you have fallen asleep and the phone is in your bed, and then you have a 22-second conversation.
And the timing of when that happened, I mean, they were being amorous.
Oh, it gets good.
That's when the call happens, and that's when the call back comes, and he answers it.
Well, and the other thing is, everybody's
Brian,
like,
can't talk right now. Sorry, I butt dialed you.
By the way, I have not. All right, he does mention very briefly about being intimate, and that's all, right? The attorney's asked him. But you don't ever hear it mentioned again between the two. Well, we haven't gotten to cross, but it's not been brought up again. And I find that we have just finished. We're going into cross. And I'm like, crap, we got to wait till Monday. Then it's like, crap, we got to wait till Tuesday to hear that cross. But it will give us time for us to kind of defragment our brain. Someone put this up. You butt dialed us.
Yep. I've done that. I
don't have my mods on phone yet.
Mod chat was that was funny. Yes, I'm guilty of this. Not while I was asleep, though. While I'm playing with my phone and.
Well, it happens, but just the timing and everything just doesn't feel right. But one of the things I got to thinking about, we kind of mentioned it today, is that their son, Brian Jr. Now you've seen his testimony, correct?
Brian Albert Jr. Yes, he was on day 10.
Right. Okay. He stated that he was downstairs or upstairs and never ever saw anybody being interviewed. They didn't interview him, nothing. And then someone said, wouldn't the dog have barked when they came to the door? Because, and I'm like, well, he could have been in the basement with the dog, escaped out the back hatch, went into the backyard and fled the country. I don't know. But I just find it very interesting that he's not been interviewed in any way, shape, or form during all that transition and all that time. But you're on, that's day 12. That was a voir dire on day 12. Anything else that was really kind of like, what the hey?
I liked the boyfriend's comment today, saying that his girlfriend was high maintenance. So ex-boyfriend now, I guess. But no, that actually I was really frustrated with his testimony because I don't think anyone in that family is just stupid right? I don't think anyone in that family just is missing, mental capacity upstairs, and I don't think she's dating a boy that would is like that. Okay, the family's reasonably well to do. They're in a they've had a good life. I think that she's got somebody that's a good catch, and then he gets there on the stand and cannot remember what he said 5 minutes ago or anything else. I don't remember, and he's almost like saying it before the question's done.
Yeah, and that drove me crazy. I couldn't even keep up with the counter with how many I don't remembers came across out of their mouths. Yeah, that's why my name of my thing tonight is the I can't remember. Want to buy an R? Ka, no fuck,
Lock the car.
fuck
Yeah.
the ka. But one thing that we kind of nobody's really talked about is let's talk about Brian Higgins and his white Jeep and where the hell was it parked? Because everybody has said up till today that the vehicle that had, oh gosh, the Ryan Nagel in it, pulled up. He said he pulled up to where the mailbox was. This is car in sign language. This is how we demonstrate car. So he pulls up, not a gun. That's okay. So he pulls up. That's why I keep my fingers separate. He pulls up in front of the mailbox, right? And he says in front of him is Karen Reed. They say the friends in the car who have, they don't talk about seeing the big white Jeep with a freaking snowplow on the front of it. Then we're talking about, I think it's Julie who had her boyfriend come pick her up. And he drives back and forth, back and forth, back and forth all night when he's got to get up at between 3 and 4. I think that's BS. But the people in the vehicle who had nothing, I think her name was Heather, had nothing to do with this case, is not related to anybody, has no family connections. And Ricky, both of them said they saw the black SUV and it never moved. The only people who were saying it moved were people who were connected with the case. To me,
and
as
drunk.
A juror,
And drunk. Everyone who says it moved was drunk.
Exactly. And then they said, well, he said he opened the door, and they said, no, the window was rolled down. But my point with all of them is today, and since you probably may have already heard this, we get a witness that says they saw the Jeep parked in front of the mailbox with the snowplow on the front of it. So how in the hell are you going to park in front of the mailbox when somebody already else has? And then you start talking about the V-shaped tire tread marks in the snow from the inside of a house, outside of a window, when the yard goes
with
down
no
a little bit, with no lights. I'm all like, and then by the way, I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, he did not like part of his cross.
I can't wait. It's getting better and better every day. Let's see. CG says, ask Ari about the amount of blood from the head wound and the slivers and the solo cups at the back. Karen's Lexus and the Sallyport. I about came untrained laughing and dumped out of that. Okay, so I don't know. Head wounds should bleed a lot, right?
As a first responder, one who has attended to a lot of head wounds.
I was going to say, as a dad of 5 boys, I can tell you the head wounds bleed a lot.
I put something in my glass, but this glass is pretty thick. These drinking glasses are heavy. I have seen some very serious damages, including arteries cut with this stuff.
Yeah.
So it would not be far-fetched that if he was hit, because it's a 2-inch gash on the back of the head, it would fit that. I'm just saying hypothetically. But the gash on the back of the forehead, he probably would have survived that if he hadn't been in the snow. But the bleeding would be a lot. However, what slows down bleeding really fast? If you stick someone's head in a pile of snow in that ice,
Yeah.
it's going to clamp down those
Capillaries.
veins and capillaries in the brain, and it could slow it down. Now, the first EMT on scene, I don't remember his name. I'd have to go look. He said he saw the pool of blood. He said he saw a pool of blood. I wrote it down. I'll go look and find it. But the
That's
biggest
the guy
thing
who also saw
from
the puffy jacket, though, right?
yeah, that's true. but but in the photos, there's not a lot of blood. There's not a lot of blood. So I want to see the reports from the doctors when he arrived, because I have seen this happen. We had a bad snowstorm here, very rare, and a lady slipped and fell out in the middle of the country, and she laid in it for hours, almost died, but her neighbor found her and we got to her, and she had a big gash in her arm because she tried to grab a plant stand and it didn't support her, and it gashed her really bad, almost to the bone. And there wasn't as much blood as we thought there would be because the blood had coagulated and stuck to the skin. So when we moved her, the blood stayed on her, stuck to her like ice to skin. And then there was not that much left on the ground. As soon as we got her in the EMS unit and started thawing her out, man, that blood just went everywhere. No, I'm not a scientist. I don't know for sure, but that's my experience. But is a big question here. What is your take on the white vehicle? I wanted to ask you. I mean, I didn't get your answer on that. What is your take? How important do you think that's going to be? Improving her vehicle had been moving, because there's not much more room when you put the white Jeep in with the mailbox, the pickup truck, and then her vehicle. Her vehicle would be down by the fire hydrant if you had the white truck, then the pickup truck that was behind her. She probably, what they may have seen is her pull up, and then she sees a pickup coming in behind her, and she pulled up and let him in.
Was it Caitlin Albert that testified about her car moving? Was that Caitlin, or
multiple people are testifying about
the
it?
3 different places? There was one lady who said, I saw
Multiple.
then I saw another, and then I saw another.
Yes,
But it
and
was moving
today's
forward.
testimony. And today's testimony, Brian did as well. Matt, I'm sorry, Matt did as well.
I have to say, when it comes to the vehicles and the location of the driveway, I've been trying to pay attention. It seems like a lot of people just don't know where things were.
But Brian,
Brian,
go ahead.
Brian was the white Jeep. The boyfriend was Caitlin's Jeep, right?
Yes, I'm sorry, not Brian, Matthew. Matthew today testified that he saw the vehicle move.
Okay, I haven't heard that yet, but
Matthew said he saw it move 3 times. And then on cross, he got nailed because he only told them twice. I'm just saying, it's going to get brought up a lot more detailed the further we go into this. But just theory-wise and space-wise and just knowing, you cannot put those 3 vehicles in front of the house and her move from the mailbox when there's already a vehicle at the mailbox.
Yeah.
Brian, I mean, there's already a vehicle at the mailbox. You can't be parked in front of the mailbox. Just physically, unless you just meld together and you just become this one weird contraption. The video came up. I really think that destroyed Colin Albert. Destroyed him. They tried to paint him out to be this nice guy, and that video just
haven't seen it. I've heard he's got the fingers up in a couple pictures, but I haven't heard what the video is.
I could show you the video if you want to see it.
I'll wait and catch it live.
I figured you might want to wait. But Jennifer, one thing that gets me about the testimony with the women is you have Carrie and Nicole and Jen all saying that it was said that and Karen was saying, I hit him, did I hit him? I did this. And they are painting her out to be so freaking hysterical from the moment get-go. I don't know, unless there's a recording of a phone call, before she finds the body, I don't know if I believe she was really that hysterical, because the way they have her going, it makes me feel like they're overdoing it. If you're going to try and prove or create someone to be not in their right mind, you can go a little overboard.
Here's my thoughts on that. They want an excited utterance exception to hearsay. Okay. But in this case, it's a statement by, party opponent. So it's coming in either way. But I think they wanted it to be like her blurting something out in the moment, like hadn't thought it out. And she confessed. This was the crime scene confession. Unfortunately, the more they say she yelled out, she was yelling, I hit him, the more I've got to ask, and Chloe slept through this? On the front, right outside the window where she's sleeping, where she barks if she hears anybody. Chloe slept through this, and everyone in the house just slept through it, had no idea this was going on. This yelling, this frantic lady who's screaming in the front yard. Nobody heard that.
Well, I wouldn't hear it, but of course I'm deaf, but I would, but the light show that was going off out that window was like a fireworks show for hours. If you see the video, the lights are going. They never turned off the light.
Gas-powered leaf blower as well.
A leaf. Well, tomorrow, he was supposed to be on today, but he got held over at work. He's coming on tomorrow. We're going to do a 2:00. But this guy is a retired state trooper in Georgia. Nice. And he didn't know anything about this case. And I told him, well, and he goes, I said, I'll show you the picture, but he's going to be on the phone. But I said, they put the blood and they scooped the blood in the snow up and put it in a Solo cup and put it in a paper bag from a gas station. He goes, that's what he did right in front of me. He went, you got to be kidding me, right? Even CSI gets it right. You got to be kidding. And I said, no. And they did show the car today with the broken light on the side. There's a little bit of light left over on it, red light. I've been thinking about that. And guess what? My mama just got that very same car.
How attached is she to her taillight?
How much you want to pay?
Well, they go for about 160 online, the replacements. So
you probably, but what I'm going to do, she's out of town. They'll be back Friday. Oh, maybe today. They'll be back in a couple of days, and I'm going to go visit her, and I'm going to just verify, because it is a Lexus SUV like that. I'm going to go look at it and see. And I think if it is same kind of tail light, I'm going to be photographing that thing and really looking at it closely. But the Jen and all them really harped on the tail light. Just don't butt dial it. There's no police report that, I got to show you. Okay, what's this one? The women are better at, the women are doing better than the men. Yep, that is true. Well, the thing is that the dog didn't bark, and somebody brought up, was the dog not even there? That when the cops got there, they said they didn't hear that. I got to thinking, could they have taken the dog out if that is dog bites?
There was one question that was asked today. I think it was objected to and sustained, but the question of the witness was, did you take, I think it was to Caitlin, did you take the dog with you or something like that? There was some question about that. So that's the first I've heard about that. But
well, the thing is, after spending years as a dog groomer, a dog that barks is not going to change its behavior no matter what you do to it, especially if it feels its territory is being threatened, someone coming into it. It once they're a biter and once they're an attackful dog, it's very difficult to get that out of them. And muzzling it would not have stopped the barking. It may stop the bite, but not a bark. I find it interesting that the cellar door is big enough that cellar basement, we call those cellar doors. That basement is big enough you can carry anything out the back of that thing and go around and not even see it. So what's your thought on that theory?
Oh yeah, you could fit a refrigerator through that door. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really, it's a big door. It fits all the equipment and stuff through there. It's definitely a possibility. I have not seen any evidence that would support that's what happened yet. And so for me, it's not something that I'm saying I'm leaning towards that, but
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's still something that I could hear some evidence and be like, well, that supports this sort of a theory. But I'm trying to stay clear of all the conspiracies and say, well, this could have happened. This could have happened. He could have been hit with the white Jeep, with the snowplow could have hit him, and all this. There's a lot of things that could have happened, but I'm looking for that evidence that points to a certain thing. And so far we haven't seen it. It's just,
I have to say, as far as YouTubing, this is my first big case like this. I mean, but I tell everybody every day that no, they did not search the basement. They didn't search the house at all. But the thing, I need to bring something else up real quick, but I tell everybody every day, I'm playing devil's advocate to both sides. So right now I'm playing devil's advocate to the prosecution. And if something is brought up, I'm going to look at it from that angle. But when they turn around and go over to the defense's side, I will play the same devil's advocate as long as there's something to play devil's advocate to.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, come on now. But you heard about the video with the knuckles, didn't you?
Haven't. I don't think we've heard that. I think we'll hear that on Monday, I think.
20-ish, 28, 29 days later, you can barely see, but there's scabbing on his knuckles. And it's all on the right hand. And then there's another photo.
Heavy bag, right?
On Colin hitting a heavy bag. Well, you would have them on both. You would have them on both. There is no way that you would have a one and not the other. And I'm not a sports person at all. I mean, I watch it, but I'm not physically sporty anymore, as you can tell. But I just find that they tried to paint him as being this non-aggressive male, and then the defense comes in with these photos and video, and I'm like, and he's drinking at the age of 16.
Oh, everyone was drinking. Oh my goodness!
Off their butts.
All the kids came over. They knew there was unlimited beer, unlimited beers. That's why everyone was there. And as soon as the parents show up, the kids are like, "We're out of here." Parents are coming home.
Well, no, Caitlin. Yeah. Well, Caitlin said that she doesn't remember. She does not remember where the beers came from. I'm like, what? What do you mean? She doesn't remember.
Didn't she say earlier? She said like 2 White Claws, 2 hard seltzers, and 2. What was her other drink? She named like 6 beers because she did plural. She said I was.
Well, that's what they were doing. I think that's what they were doing. Colin Albert busted with that. I'm trying to find. There's a stream of texts with Colin on that they're talking about, and on the day of 1/29 of 22, between January 22nd and February of January of 22 and February 22, the text between Colin and all right, I'm getting a little good. Caitlin is best friends with Colin, right? Yes. And their text totally stopped. Nothing. And then he says, "Oh, we're doing Snapchat. We kind of rotated." I have 2 teenagers right now, and I call bullshit on that one. And then the phone dumpage, of course, you know about all that. But it's just interesting.
I'm going to have to skip out a little bit. I've got
some things to do. We're good. Tonight. You got what?
I've got things to do. I'm trying to work on my replay unit, the thing I've told you about for my replays for instant replay for court. You've got to send me pictures and show me this. I am so excited for you.
I really, really am. And once again, you've blessed me so much. And I hope your wife likes it because I like it. And I'm glad that you guys are doing so well. You get your bathroom done?
That's one of the things I have to do tomorrow. So
You're still working on it?
the kids are doing a fundraiser for their summer camps and stuff. And so we're baking bread to sell. That's being sold tomorrow. So yeah, we're busy, but I can show you the whole idea really quickly. If I put this up on the screen, it's a little bit small, sorry. But the whole idea is I can start recording. So let's see, let me go back here. This is
while you're doing that, do you realize I only have 7 people watching? Thank you so much, my mods. Thank you, God.
You've got some good people in here, though. I recognize.
I really do. I really do. They're awesome. But I don't know how you can feed me people right now when you're not on or whatever. You're.
We'll have to figure out how to do that.
It's easy. Let's get me 1,000 people. Just
do it. Anyway, I was going to show you the replay. Here it is. Okay, really quick. This little unit. This is like a video editor, so I can have. Like
okay, hold on. I got to get you big. I'm going to put you big because I can't see it. Okay.
Here we go. So you've got the file up here in a timeline, and I can say there's a point of interest right here where the boyfriend's saying I don't remember. So I can add a point of interest, and this can still be playing real time. This file can be growing, like I can be recording it as I'm editing, and then I can say, okay, I want to run this little piece, this little clip where he talks. I want this to run this replay, and it will run this to a separate screen that I can take full screen without any of this junk over the top of it. And we're done. And when I'm done, I've got my clip right down here, and I can go back and replay it, or I could click one little button. And I think it's this one up here somewhere. Let's see. 8. Right here. Let's see. Quick export. I can just click a button and just upload it to Twitter. It's like, here are the highlights for the trial, or I can just replay them or export them in a million different ways. So it's nerdy, but I love it, and it's going to be great.
I'm loving the nerdy. Speaking of, do you know what this is?
The Tor box. No.
Google it. It's great for photo editing because you can turn this frame by frame. What I have do Photoshop, and every program that I have that it does in the editing program, it's geared towards that each one, and I program it to that. But right now, like if I want to copy and paste real fast for oh God, what is it called? Time stamping. I push this button right here, and this control the other one copies like ding, ding, ding. I control volume. I can stop and play. I can enlarge and shrink. This can, it's got, and you customize it as you want to do it. And I don't like short keys. Being dyslexic, I've got the keypad memorized for typing, but for me to remember Control, Alt, Tab, Delete, and Z, it's just too much. But I have seen them doing photo editing with this. Oh my gosh, it is fabulous. So you've not seen this before?
I've seen a version of that.
It is super. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's very durable, and it's wireless. A lot of them you have to connect it with a wire. I paid a little more for the wireless one, so it's awesome.
So mine looks a little bit different, and we're waiting for it to arrive still, but it's similar.
Oh, of course it would be. Yeah. What? It's like, I'm showing you mine, and you're like, let me show you.
The downside of this one is that I think there are 3 buttons that I can make macros on, but everything else is pre-programmed, and it just does what it does, and that's how it works. So you can't customize it.
But I've seen that, and like I said, baby steps. You already have that knowledge. You went to college for this, not me.
I ran replay for college sports. I loved replay. It's
okay. So you will get me there, or I will find a way to get there. But this right now is an accomplishment. I programmed it myself and didn't ask for any help.
between that and the Stream Deck, that's all you need, honestly.
My Stream Deck, now that one is driving me bat crazy. The lights behind me were supposed to go all red. Okay, now they went red, but when I want them to go blue, oh, they're doing it? Are you kidding me?
I fixed it.
What? But they don't go back to normal.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to get it to. But I do have it programmed where I can do certain things. But one of the things that I have it programmed is like music, for example. I can't get it to. Can you hear that?
Nope.
So I can't get the music to play. Because I don't like the music. I mean, I've got some cool free music that I wanted to, like my Joe Widow intro, and it's not playing it. I'm getting a yellow arrow. But
it might be a StreamYard issue.
It may be, but at this point it's okay. But eventually I want to get to where I don't need something like this. I want to be more like you.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a fantastic job. I wish I had a studio that looked more like yours instead of the green screen that I've got behind me. But
this is the only thing I don't like is my lighting, because I have to go back onto my phone and I have to sit here and literally go through the app to change it back. But I can't find a color that I'm really happy with this wood behind me. And it's like, dang it.
This is a first world problem.
See, it goes too blue.
What kind of lights are they? Like, what's the brand? You know, if it's
GOVEE.
Okay, that's a good brand.
Yeah, I'm playing with it, y'all. So it is what it is right now. But once again, I'm learning everything, and it is not easy. People don't realize how hard this is.
You jumped into the deep end. I'm impressed with how well you're picking this up and accelerating through this. It's awesome. I love seeing it. So
well, and then
people,
I'm adding sign language to it.
Yeah, because it's not hard enough on its own.
I'm signing, and then I'm like, I can't reach. I gotta find I found my happy medium. The mic is literally that far away. And you said it sounds good?
Sounds great. Okay,
good. So that really was the biggest concern I had, was the mic being able to pick me up so well. And that was the biggest thing. So I started signing today, and I have to get my brain, because signing and English speaking are two different languages. And, like possible and can, and like need, shoulda, woulda, coulda, must, it's all here. It's just a lot to think about at one time, and then trying to take notes. Yeah. But it's a happy problem, and I'm happy to have it. I just need somebody to just go in and post. I don't know how to do this. I would love for one of my mods to come in and start pinning the comments, like, for example, who's testifying, cross-examination, and doing all the pinning, because that way I don't have to stop signing. And I don't know how to do that yet. I can pin, but I don't know how to get them to pin.
I don't know what privileges you need on your channel. Once you hit that magical 1,000, once you hit that, it opens up so many doors on the YouTube side, as far as what YouTube does for you, what they make available for you.
Okay, I'm going to switch drinks now.
Okay, but yeah, mods are absolutely amazing.
They are, and your mods have been very cool, and you've been awesome
for a long time. So,
well, I hope to have you on again. I'd love to come on with you if you have another panel. I think that was fun. I'd love to get to meet some of these new people. I don't know anybody but you. I sent Emily D. Baker the picture. She made a comment. She goes, I really wish I had pictures of the house and a floor plan, because with my mind, I need, and I sent an email to them saying, hey, I have the pictures if you want it. Never heard from them. So I sent the pictures and never heard from them.
Yeah. She's, her audience is so big, it's very difficult for her to interact. I mean, 748,000.
I know.
As far as EDB goes, 2 weeks ago, she was a guest on Creator Insider, which is like a YouTube channel.
I saw it.
Okay, make sure you watch that. I was going to say because she does such a great job there, and she shares some great information.
She has another stuff in a different file. You have to really hunt for it. I'm just now watching. It talks about some of the legalities, some of the LLCs, and I'm not there yet. But the moment I get ready to get monetized, I get closer, and do all that legality stuff. So, but this whole world is new to me, and everybody is so awesome, and I'm happy to be here. I just, luckily I've got a comfortable chair, man, because it's been, what it's like.
Long days.
And it's cute too. So you go ahead and have a good night's sleep. Tell Mrs. RA I'd like to meet her sometime, but be blessed. And have fun next week. It's going to be a fun ride.
Great. Awesome. Thanks for letting me pop in. You guys have a good night. See you, everybody.
Bye. Okay. All right, everybody. Y'all, how are you doing? How's everybody? What are y'all up to? I'm waiting for him to sign off. There he goes. Not that I wouldn't say anything because he can still see me. But yes, bye, Mr. R.A. 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 I really appreciate you guys coming on. Oh my gosh, y'all. All right. Andrielle, you want to call me? Let's see if we can get the phone to work. What do you think? You want to try it? I really appreciate y'all putting up with that. Oh, definitely. Every time I learn something from him. Every time. I do know I want to get that stuff that costs $700 a piece. I've been looking at that stuff. It's like, but eventually I will get there. Oh, funny. Y'all. Yeah, let me put my pink back up. I like having my, oh, no, better yet, I like doing this. I like the fuller screen. I really do. All right, let's see if this works.
Call from Andrea or Ann. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Let me get you. Hello? Not hearing. Hold on. Can I hear you? Hold on. Open up. Where did it go? Oh, snap it. Let me call you. Can y'all hear that ringing? Somebody tell me.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Okay, I'm going to see. We might need to do some adjustments. Can y'all hear her because she's in my ears? I need somebody to tell me. Can you hear yourself?
I actually have you muted. So I have the YouTube video muted.
Okay, let me look.
I need somebody to tell me. Can you hear yourself? I actually have you muted. So okay, yes, I can hear myself, but I'm refusing. Okay,
okay, click it off.
I got my YouTube video silenced so I can focus on the call.
Awesome. Well, nice to meet you, my precious. How are you?
I'm good. I definitely have some thoughts about today. So RA is definitely gone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jen is telling the truth. When she, Kelly and Matthew are the worst friends on the planet. I mean, if your family worries about where their partner is, you're not gonna be getting angry and annoyed at them. You're gonna be trying to keep them calm. right?
Yeah, I thought Jen and Carrie did not do anything to help her calm her down. I want my hat to be like this. Help her calm her down. Jen was kind of like, I just wanted to get away from her. I was uncomfortable. She was going crazy. I was trying to talk to 911, but you know what? There was no urgency in her voice. There was no nothing there. I don't believe her one bit.
And I mean, so let's just go through the events according to Jen's testimony. So they're at the waterfall. They decide to go over to Brian's house, right?
Right.
Okay, so Jen and Matthew, John and Karen are heading over there. Jen and Matthew get over there. They're not worried that John and Karen haven't shown up yet. I mean, especially since it's snowing.
Yeah, that was a concern I had. And let's think about it. If you're a friend of mine and you're at my house, or I'm at a house and there's a bunch of friends there, and you're sitting out in that car forever. Hi, baby girl. Let me see, precious. Oh, someone just woke up from the nap. Look how big she's getting, y'all. But anyway, and you see the vehicle out there for a while. I don't care if it's a blizzard. I would go out there and say, "Are y'all okay? Did the car break down? Are y'all?" Well, baby girl, did you not want to be in here with me? Look at everybody. Say hi.
Okay.
They did not go out there and check on them. They're horrible.
And why was Jen hanging out in the dining room with the kids? Wouldn't she be in the living room with the adults?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Well, think about it. If you have an aunt, I've seen this before where aunties go over to the house and there's a group of adults there and she hasn't seen her niece and nephew for a while, or people, younger people. Yeah, that they might want to sit and visit and catch up and see how things are going.
People would go back and forth between various groups. Okay, so let's take that to the next morning. Why would Karen be saying Jen, Jen, Jen over and over again? Is it possible?
Well, but here's the thing. Here's my little comment that I was saving for tonight. Here's the thing. If she was in fact out there screaming like that at that time of morning, and those houses are definitely close enough, I would have gone, if I was one of the police officers, to the neighbors and say, "Hi, Canton PD. Did y'all have any disturbances here last night? Did y'all hear any kind of commotion? Did you see anything?" Because they would have, that kind of screaming, somebody is bound to have heard her. There's no way they could not have heard her if she's screaming at the top of her lungs in the state that they say she was in. I don't believe she was in that state. In the end, I think that they were exaggerating it by far.
But why would she be saying John's name over and over again? Maybe she was saying John.
That may be. Very good point. But here's this. The only people who are saying that are Jen and Carrie. They are the only two saying that happened because nobody else was there. Nobody was in the car with them. It's so easy for those two to sit there and gang up and say, "Okay, we're going to talk about it." She was screaming. She was hysterical. I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here. If she did do it and she knew what they were going to find, she overacting, too much acting, which can happen when someone is guilty. But
Okay.
the thing for me is that I don't know. But then again, if somebody is trying to set somebody, all right, let me put it to you this way. I had two girlfriends, and the three of us got along very well, and we used to do things all the time. And one girl I started noticing started doing some weird crap to get attention, lying, contriving. And one day she said something happened at the house. I'm not going to go into great detail because, people know me around where I live. But she called my other friend, and I'll call her Michelle. And Michelle called me. We went over there, and she was in a panic and saying, "This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened." And I said, "Well, you're a little bit overreacting for someone that this had happened to." And long story short, came out that she set it up to get attention.
Oh.
I'm not saying that happened with Karen Reed, but
Yes.
if you're guilty of something, sometimes you overreact to try to force people to believe you. You talk faster, you talk louder, you give more excuses. That is
Right.
normal behavior. However, the thing that bothers me is the way she's describing it in the car is not matching up.
Right, but well, never mind. Let's go back to like first thing that morning. Wasn't that if John is missing, wouldn't the first thought be that he was at Brian's house?
Well, that's exactly the way I feel. And today they talked about him maybe going over to Bella's mom's and this and that. Once again, that is all Jennifer's testimony. And Karen, I'm sure Carrie Roberts is next. If they're going in order of how they're going, I would assume Carrie Roberts is. I'm getting pretty good at guessing. But the thing for me is the way they're describing her behavior doesn't fit. And the last place this hat's driving me crazy. It is crooked. It's not me. Okay. The thing is that Karen Roberts, the last place she saw John was at Fairview. So that's where I would go. And if he stayed and fell asleep, I would go and find out. But not at 5 freaking o'clock in the morning. Now they did get there closer to 6. But it's like Jennifer is just digging and digging and digging on Karen. And I feel the way she's presenting this also leaves me to believe that she's not being 100% honest. The way her body language is, her body language. I mean, she's sitting here and she's like looking at the jury, like, very purposefully. It's not a natural. It just doesn't feel natural. Now, testifying like she is, Lord knows I've done it. It isn't fun and nothing's natural about it.
Okay,
Nothing.
I can't talk about the body language too much because I was listening. But yeah, just the way that, okay, if they were gonna wait until later that morning, wouldn't they have been trying to reassure Karen and say like, oh, he's probably just at Brian's house? Why don't we wait until later this morning?
I think she did. I think they did. I think they did say to her, look, he probably fell asleep. He was drinking all night. He probably fell asleep either at his friend's house just down the street or nearby, near the Waterford Grill, whoever that may have been. I wrote the name down. I haven't looked again. And then they said he could have fallen asleep there at the Alberts home. But why did that? Why? I know they called the Alberts at some point, but why? It just something isn't right. I'm not saying that Karen, I'm not saying Karen Reed is not guilty. It just something doesn't feel quite right to me.
Yeah, the whole story just felt weird. So weird.
Well, that's right. Somebody said maybe she thought she could have been with another woman. Well, wait a minute. The only person who making a comment about she said that Karen told her that night that that morning that she and John had a fight. Nobody else has heard this. This is the only person who's heard this is Jennifer. The only person thus far. So for me, I'm like, I need more. I want to see this from a distant connection. I don't, meaning Jen McCabe, her husband, and Carrie say it. No, it needs to be from somebody who's not so closely connected for me. Once again, it's going to come down to evidence. And right now, the state doesn't have a pot to piss in as far as evidence. And I'm like, Mr. Recovery Addict, or Chris, is stating, and it's very true. I've said this, they're not trying to prove their case. They're trying to prove the other person's case is not correct. And I'm like, guys, that's not how this works. I got to do that. There we go. It's driving me crazy. I like my camera center. This is not how this works. You prove beyond a reasonable doubt she did it. You don't sit here and defend. It's like it's in reverse. The prosecution is defending themselves against the defense team. It's crazy. Well, look, bless you.
You also Bonnie can call in, okay? Nice
You are
talking
awesome.
to you.
You are welcome to call me anytime, love. Anytime.
Okay.
Thanks. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, next caller. I'm liking this. Next caller, please. Call me, Ronnie. Give me a chat. I've got to learn how to get this to answer, though. Sometimes it doesn't want to answer. Once again, I am using a special thing. Okay. Why can't I use this version anymore? Oh, that's Google Meets. I don't want to do Google Meets. My bad. That's it. Okay. I have had, so one of the things that just really gets me is that when someone is trying to get you to believe something that they know you may not believe, they're going to really push.
Call from.
This is Veronica Weaver, Ronnie.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
Hello.
Well, hello. Is this Delilah? Do you remember Delilah? Was it Z95? The Delilah show at night?
I think so.
Ronnie. You don't remember it?
I do now. I've got you where I can hear you.
On the radio, it was a Delilah. It was a Delilah.
Ah, yes.
Years ago, maybe in the 90s. Delilah. Anyway, girl, the only people who said, I hit him, were the 3 paramedics.
But where did they hear it from? Jennifer told one of them that.
They heard it from Katie McLaughlin. She was the one who started it.
Yes, but Katie McLaughlin heard it from Jennifer.
From Jennifer. Yep.
Let me pull the notes. I took very, very tight notes with Katie McLaughlin. But go ahead and tell me what, okay.
Yeah. It was the 5th witness, which was Natal. She was a paramedic.
Right, but I have Katie.
And then Katie was the 9th witness.
Right, but Karen Reed, Katie testified that Karen Reed turned to her friend, i.e. Jennifer, and said, I hit him. But doesn't Katie have a lot of connections with the family?
Yes.
I don't hold any weight in her testimony.
I don't either. She is the one that had pictures with Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
Remember all those pictures? And she said, I just knew her as a friend. I think that was Katie.
Y'all,
she was an acquaintance. Remember?
Yeah. Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the movie? What is it? Oh my gosh! It's the dumb blonde who went to law school.
Legally Blonde.
Do you remember when the gay guy was up on the stand and he goes, have a boyfriend. He's just my friend. And the boyfriend got up and stormed out.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the movie.
When the actress who played the blonde lawyer turned around and said, Denise Witherspoon turned around and said, "Oh, and what's your boyfriend's name?" "Oh, it's this." And he goes, "Oh, wait, we were just friends. He's not my boyfriend." And the guy got up and stormed out.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, with this one, with Katie.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with Katie right now. And why is I am? Hold on, my thing came unplugged. My oh, that's why I plugged into the fan. I have my daughter borrowed my my cord and unplugged my iPad by accident, not knowing I was going to need it. You know, God love her. But anyway, so what else did you want to talk about? What got you today?
Jennifer did. She got to me because number one, her exaggerations about Karen, that Karen was, going spastic, that she was batshit crazy, according to Carrie. It just the way she stressed it and her facial expressions. She's just full of it. She is full of it. And then when she said that Carrie had moved the snow from John's face, that Karen had straddled her, that Karen had straddled John, lifted his shirt and lifted her shirt, and then laid on him, and that Carrie and that she and Carrie were Jennifer and Carrie were the only ones that were doing the CPR compressions.
That's bull, because they didn't have any blood on him. They would have had blood on them. Now she did say that Karen did the mouth to mouth, but when the cops drove up, they weren't doing anything but just standing and looking at her like, "Holy crap!" And that's something that really bothers me, is because the police officer, now just this is my hypothetical, going off into a rabbit trail, but let's think about this. Would it or could it have been so easy for Brian Albert to contact the PD and say, "Guys, we have a situation"? And when they got there, the first cop, Saroff, that got there, who knows Brian, got there, and he, as a police officer, firefighter, first responder in any kind, you are trained and you are taught, and it is actually required by law, that if CPR has been started on somebody, then you must continue it until you get to the hospital, or in the ambulance, EMT shows up, they take over. They don't ever start CPR and stop it. You can't until they're declared at the hospital. And he stood there and just looked at him.
Didn't know if you were in here or not.
Nobody did CPR on this poor guy. And when the officers showed up, and I've seen this happen a lot. I've been on scene and someone was doing CPR, and I get there and I say, "Hey, I'm a first responder." They stand up and walk and said, "No, don't stop. I'm going to join you, but keep going for a minute until I get set to where I can help them." You don't sit there and let them stop and walk around and talk. Okay, let me put this comment up. "I believe Jen Carey planted the idea in Karen's brain that she had him." I don't think so. But the other thing that got me is where they're talking about how Karen doesn't remember taking him driving to the Albert's home. That last time she remembers was leaving him at the bar. And then they said, well, she went back to the bar with him because so-and-so lives right there, and Brian Higgins lives close, and they thought Brian was still at the bar. And I'm like, no, because that even the bartender, she stated that she was one of the last people out. And I'm like, why then would you even assume that he would go back to the bar? That's right. Jen is a wife of a cop.
This is the first time that I hear that today when Jen was mentioning it on trial.
Yeah. I was like,
where in the hell did that come out of? I mean, she pulled it out of a hat, I guess, because that was the first time that I had ever heard anyone say that Karen had stated, "Oh, I left him at the with the water hill bar. What is it? The
Waterfall.
I always want to say Water Street because there's a Water Street bar in Corpus.
Well, my brain went. I can't. That button's glitched. Let's see if I can get it without. Nope, I can't. But it's like that record scratch. I went, what? That was like totally. Jens McCabe's husband is not a cop. That's what somebody said here. I was just reading the comment. He's not a cop.
He's an IT. No, he's not a
No.
cop. He's an IT manager or something, I think.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what IT people can do to cell phones?
Oh, yes, that's right. That's the first thing I thought of when he said yesterday when he was on the stand that he was an IT manager. I said, "You motherfucker, you can manipulate stuff." And all those people are together. They're all a family of wahoos. They're all sticking together.
Oh, don't make fun of Wahoo's. It's the best fish place in Kerrville.
Well, I like Wahoo. I do like Wahoo.
Do you live in Kerrville?
No, I'm in Texas. I live near Corpus Christi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been there many a times. I've been down in that area a lot for hurricanes and flooding and everything else with the Red Cross for 15 years. So, yeah, that sucks when that happens.
I know. And also the tail light. There is not on the video, you do not see Karen showing them the tail light. You don't see it at John's house and you don't see it at the crime scene.
Actually,
that they're looking at the tail light.
No.
At the crime scene when she's walking around the SUV, but
I thought I saw a vehicle when they arrived. They showed it in the very beginning of trial that they arrive and they go in the house with her and they I'm gonna see if I can find that video for maybe Monday. But I could have recalled there being a video. And I remember them walking over. I could have sworn I saw that. But here's the thing. They're claiming that the taillight damage happened before they got there because she left. When she left John O'Keefe and hit him at the Alberts home and drove home and drove into the garage. And then when she went out at 5 or whatever it was in the morning to look for him without her friends the first time, she backed up and hit his car. Now,
yes, I saw that video.
Right. But my thing is that they haven't had this in evidence yet, but I've seen some records. What I'm wondering about, hi guys, hi Modine, nice to see you. My question is it not true they had that car for an hour before they got the warrant? Now, under federal law, under law, if this phone, they were getting a warrant on this phone, they cannot touch it. They can sit where I am, put it and have me put it down on my desk, and they can sit here and stop me from touching it. But they can't touch it without the warrant. That's the key. They can sit there at her house, where her parents' house, wherever the car was. They can sit there and they can literally watch the vehicle, but they can't drive it. They can't tow it. They can't touch it without the warrant. I'm anxious to hear about all this. I am ready for the ME. Give me the science. Give me the forensic. I even heard, and it's my understanding, that we have 3 federal agents who are going to testify on behalf of the defense.
Yes. Do you have the witness list?
Would you send it to me? Because my witness list looks like this, and it's too damn small to read. I'm old.
Well, what I did with mine, though, I got pissed off because they're going out of order. So on the defense, on the Commonwealth list, I went back and I alphabetized it because the way they had it, it was too confusing because I was writing down next to their name the number as far as like witness number 39, witness number 38,
What number are we on? My hat's driving me crazy. What number are we on?
Jen is 39.
Well, I started sitting here because I literally, or can you see me right now? That is my book of notes. I have a book over an inch thick and I'm trying to condense it, but I'm not having much luck. This is my first big trial like this. This is my Johnny Depp trial. This is my Johnny Depp trial for like Emily D. Baker. But for me, my biggest thing is that I do not like how I think the prosecution is going to lose this case all by themselves by the way they're presenting, how they're doing it. I think that going over with every witness the same pattern. What time did you arrive? What time did Julie get there? What time did Chris get there? What time did that whole process? I don't think they need to do it. And I think the judge actually is getting tired of it because she kind of said, we need to not do this anymore. So I was very, very happy to see the judge doing that. More witnesses, the better. I hope they call to the stand. Modine, I don't have a problem to listening to witnesses, but you put a witness on there because you want to glean certain information that only they have or need them to validate one or two other people. You don't need 40,000 different people up there saying the same thing. We get the point. They had a party. They went to the bar hopping. They went, I get it. But let's talk about the car. You heard me talking about the car situation with Recovery Addict. What is your thoughts on the car?
On Jen's car? I mean, on Karen's car?
On all the vehicles, the ones that kept pulling up in front of the house. And the fact that they're saying that nobody but, was it Jen? Who was it that said they saw the white Jeep? That was Matt. Matt McCabe said he saw the white Jeep.
So did Nigel. What's her name? Nigel, the girl.
Julie Nagel. Julie Nagel.
Yeah.
But she couldn't tell you where exactly it was parked.
No.
She couldn't remember exactly where it was parked. So what happened is that this time, though, it was placed directly in front of the mailbox. And so that means nobody could have pulled up, including Ryan Nagel. He said he pulled up in front of the mailbox, which is not true. If the white Jeep was there with that big plow on the front. Now, let's talk about Karen Reed's vehicle. If you're looking out the window and someone is just pulling up, right? And they got a truck behind them. Now, she may not have been paying attention. She pulls in front of the Jeep, right? So she's right in front of the door, right? Then she sees this pickup truck with the blinker getting ready to come in. So what does she do? She moves up and lets him in. So she did, even if
That's true.
That is more plausible. And if I was going on the stand as a defendant, that's what I would say. Hey, guys, I saw him. I pulled up so he could have access.
Yeah. But you know what? At this point, I wouldn't want her to take the stand.
Oh, hell no. Oh, I wouldn't put her on the stand at all. Because I like this comment from Cowgirl. Yeah, they don't need help losing this. Every witness they called to help has helped the defense in some way thus far. It really is mind-boggling, The Albert gang were the defendants. I'm sorry. I just had to do it, Cowgirl. Love you, girlfriend.
Cowgirl.
Oh, okay, Sparky. Hey, don't get me going on my voices. But, and if she and Jen were such good friends, wouldn't Jen recognize her vehicle, especially since they were experiencing John and Karen?
Exactly.
Well, everybody knew it was their vehicle. No, that's not what a cowgirl. Y'all, I was born in Bristol, Tennessee, up on the border of Virginia and Tennessee, and I was a Tennessee Appalachian Smoky Mountain hillbilly. Then my parents adopted me, and they from Texas, and I turned around and ended up talking like a Texan. So I was a Tennessee Texan hillbilly white trash. Just kidding. My accent was so strong. I had to go to speech therapy. But thank you. I guess you're saying you're getting ready to get off, but any last
I'm
words?
gonna. Well, no, I was gonna say what 38, 39. What I was gonna say was I'm gonna send you um.
Mo,
Yeah.
just
Okay. I was like, what? 39. Yeah. Jen McCabe is 39. I was
send
gonna
me
send you
anything.
Yeah. The only thing is that my whole file is gonna go to you, which is fine. Just click at the tabs at the bottom because I have timeline, who's who, prosecution witness list, 911, which is Jennifer's 911 call.
Okay, but you're sending it through group chat, right?
No, I'm sending it to you email because I don't know how to do it on group chat.
Okay, you have my email?
Your email.
What is it the Ada or the alternate juror?
Ada.
Okay, thank you. Send it to that one.
Email, that's the one. Okay,
No,
that's the
Y
one
mail.
to
Y-mail. I don't
Y
have
mail.
it's
Y
Y-mail.
Mine is Gmail. Yeah,
Yeah.
Y mail. I said Y mail. Who the hell has Y mail? Okay, I'd never heard of that.
Well,
before.
what happened was there was a time frame about 10 years ago that Yahoo really started running out of, because like Marianne at Yahoo dot or whatever, and they hadn't enlarged their system yet, and so they started doing Y mail, and I was one of the very few that got Y mail still. I just haven't changed it. My computer is talking to me. So, but please send that to me. You're a blessing. I really appreciate you.
Just like I said, you just look at the tabs at the bottom because
I shall.
Everything, like, and then I haven't alphabetized the defense list. I just did the Commonwealth because there's so many, so I haven't alphabetized the defense.
Don't worry about it. I can alphabetize them.
Yeah, the ones we're looking at right now, I already, because I was sick and tired of looking for the name, that I'll do that. Well, it was nice chatting with you, girl.
Thank you so much. Be blessed. Miigwech.
Now, chat, was the chat able to hear me clearly?
I'm waiting for them. Were y'all able to hear her clearly? Because I can hear everybody clearly. Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to add, I got to figure out how to put people in the chat, because here's the thing. When I went to the chat to try to add people to it, it wasn't working for me. Yes, everyone's saying they can hear you clearly.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, because I tried
to keep it clean.
Oh, well, let's see. We're 2 hours and 3 minutes in. So I'm not monetized right now, and I do have it marked as it not being an adult content.
No, I'm going to respect your channel. I wouldn't say anything.
Oh, letting something. I'm this. I don't want to let stuff fly loosely, but this is what my papa said. I very seldom have heard my papa said cuss, but when he said, when the bullshit is that deep and it's the right time to say it, say it. Okay, but anyway, well, you have a great day and have a great evening. I will see you now. 2:00 tomorrow. I'm having that guy come on.
Oh, that's right. I need to write that on my thing.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear what he has to say. But I need to try to learn how to add people to the group chat. I'll figure it out. You know me.
But you have
we'll
to
get
be
there.
careful too with the group chat. You've got to be careful who you let in.
Yep, I understand. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it 100%. All right, beloveds, y'all have an awesome. We're not ending. You, ma'am, have an awesome evening, and I'll take my next caller.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back into chat.
All right, bye, love.
All righty, bye.
Thank you. Oh, I am so loving this, y'all. I love this. How about you guys? 2 p.m. Central tomorrow. Hopefully he doesn't get another conflict. His job is pretty up there, and so I just kind of trying to respect his time, but I did explain to him and he understands. So anybody else want to call? The lines are open. The line is open. Okay, so One of the things that got me, and I've got to find it again because what I thought was going to happen tonight, of course, did not. There has been the phones, the changing of the cell phones. Oh my gosh, the changing of the cell phones. I call BS on that every which way from Sunday. Every which way from Sunday. For you to sit there. Nope, I missed my lolly nap today. Yeah. Every way from Sunday. I don't understand how people they can get on the stand and actually think we are that damn stupid. Number one, butt dials. Come on now, y'all. If you have an Apple phone, which he does, the moment it goes into this mode, you have to access it, whether it's by password or Face ID, just to get the thing to open up. And if you fall asleep and your phone is under a pillow like Mr. R.A., look, I've slept with a phone under my pillow for years, plugged in because of my hearing, and I couldn't I couldn't hear it, so I could feel the vibrations. That doesn't bother me much. But your glasses, your phone, your wife's phone, he didn't say I put it under my pillow so I don't miss anything. Well, if it was in bed with you, then why did you not hear the calls? What? That is the most disrespectful thing, is to label someone's house by their culture. That just shows you can't buy class. And my dog is all stretched out and asleep. You can't buy class, folks. It's ridiculous. I don't. And it bothered me also in court that they kept saying it. And then the judge called a sidebar, and did you notice they kind of stopped saying it? I think it's fine to say it once or to show my ponytail is getting long enough that my back is getting hung. It's okay to show it once in court to show what you did, but for you to, as the attorney, to continue to enforce that and not have sensitivity of your jury pool, oh my gosh, y'all, that is where he can lose them. I bet they woke up. I bet they woke their butts up. Today was by far a little more sparkier and a little better. I agree. But the ones that I'm really interested in, I thought Jen and Matt were going to be there for me, but they've just not tickled the fancy on that one yet. I think that's a cop coming. Yep, the dog nudged my foot. Oh, yeah. Well, I want to know what Cross is going to throw at her. If you find yourself in a home. If you find yourself in a homeless, stop digging. A homeless? I may not be catching that right. If you find yourself knee deep in stop. That's what my old friend used to say. Oh, what about don't tell them he was in the house? Oh my gosh, y'all. He tried to play that off, but you can't play that off. He tried to sit there and remind him. Oh, I don't know, y'all. Someone call me. Let's talk about this one. Someone call me. I want to talk about this. You can't sit there and what did he say? I got pages I got to put back in. I started doing everybody in green and, kind of cleaning up my notes, and I think I'm just about ready to give up on that. Um, okay, this is Jen. This was Matthew, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I get that. Uh, he was talking about the V's, tire marks. I'm trying to remember if it was before or after the tire marks. I think it was after the tire marks. I think it was definitely after that. I think it was towards the backside. Oh, here it is. So at 12:30 a.m., Brian Albert texts the group. Can y'all hear me okay, or do I need to get a little closer? Then at 12:51.49, Matthew McCabe asked Chris to ask a question. Chris Albert. Tell them the guy never went into the house, i.e., John. John never went in the house. And then he says, exactly. The guy never went into the house? I mean, well, everybody has their own way of saying things, but I'm getting delirious from all my nighters. Need to get horizontal soon. I got it. I appreciate you being here. That to me really bothered me. But watch his demeanor when they are telling the truth. See how I'm talking? We're just talking. Did you see her hit the kid on the bike? No, I did not. When you got there, can you tell me? Well, I was behind her and I just saw the kid fall to the side and whatever. But when you get to lying or conniving and covering up, your body language shifts, your verbiage shift a little bit. But with him, he was a pretty tight read. He did get pretty flustered. But I got flustered at the end, when he started talking about that guy never went into the house. That irritated me. There was something else I wanted to bring up to you about him. The thing that he also stated was the Bella's mom situation, and John had a relationship years ago. Then there was another person that John has had a relationship years ago, and this was being brought up by Matthew and Jen. And I'm like, okay, ask Chris to ask some questions. Yeah. That's right. They had to. But they were only in the house he was only in the house for a minute. Well, leaving when they got there. He was underage and he was drunk as hell. So, but the thing about the ex-girlfriends, that doesn't bother me. And the only ones who are saying are Matt and Jen. Nobody else has brought up anything about the girlfriends. I'm sure Carrie is going to. The problem is going to be is that these people can get up on the stand and testify, and they have not been, there's not been given in the order that they can't seek any of this information out that I know of. That's right. Her name is Ashley. I did write that down. But I know some people have been making a big deal about that. That's not a big deal to me. I don't really see how that plays into this. I think they're trying to make it into something it's definitely may not be. And they're trying to make out this thing like Jennifer was Karen was fighting with John over spoiling the kids. All the time, Ronnie. All the time. After I lost my husband, I had people in my life that really did spoil the kids a little bit. And I was jealous at first, honestly. I wanted to get them the nice things. I wanted to do special things, and I just couldn't financially do it. When you take on responsibility of raising children on your own that you're not prepared for, I had to. And I kind of get it. If there was a disagreement about that, I get it. But it wasn't anything to kill him over. The thing though is, we still have not gotten to Brian Higgins and Karen Reed having an affair. I said it. Karen Reed supposedly kissed Brian Higgins at a football party or some kind of party. Karen Reed supposedly was having romantic texts with Brian Higgins. But Brian Higgins signed some kind of agreement with the feds, and I don't know if it's true. If any of y'all know, tell me where to validate this, that he is supposed to spill the beans. Anyone thinking Chatha Higgins? Well, that's kind of what I'm wondering. He signed some kind of agreement because do you know what he did? He destroyed his phone. And he's saying that was it Proctor or the lead DEA, the head DEA, the DEA told him to destroy the phone and the SIM card. And, Andrea, y'all, hugs. But do you know what my kids have told me now? I'll be honest with you. Do you know what they told me that blessed the socks off of me? They told me that the things weren't as important as what I did with them. I know, right? Everybody disagrees over kids, even married couple. Yeah. Cross has been very good. But, the thing for me with not being able to provide like I wanted to, I think most important was just quality time. Even if it didn't cost me a penny, they remember some of the things we did that were the freebie things that we did. Yes, Morrissey said to destroy the phones and the SIM cards. I would like to see the receipt of when they upgraded their phones, because on the receipt it will state whether a phone was turned in or not. Yeah, I think he already did, but why? Proper, thank you. But why hasn't the FBI gone after him? Is it because of the trial? Is it maybe that this trial has jurisdiction first? I'm not a lawyer yet. I don't understand what's going to happen with that. Is he not going to? I'm not too sure. I would love to see that happen. I tell you what, I will be flipping a wig, and I don't even have one right now on. I don't have one. I'd flip this hair right off of me. If he turned it around and got up there and spilt everything, no matter what side. If he just said, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to spill the tea, ask me what you want, but it ain't going to be what you want to hear. That would be wonderful. Maybe. He may be. If this is a corruption case, it would behoove them to finish this trial before they go in and after everybody involved. Because if the FBI brings charges and everybody lawyers up, then everybody's screwed, because they can't testify in this case because they can't plead the fifth because it'll cause a mistrial, if I understand it correctly. Please do. Yes, I saw that somewhere. Yeah, I know, right? I think he's going to be our star witness, and Berkowitz, that guy. I want to hear from him and Proctor. I think the two big witnesses. If Karen Reed does not take the stand, and I think she'd be a fool to get up there because it's not so much what she says on her side; it's when the prosecution gets a hold of her and they do their cross. Um, but I think is Proctor on the list and Berkowitz because that would be very interesting. But you wrote the name down. Hang on. Okay. I'm trying not to get into conspiracy theories, but I don't have a problem entertaining the what ifs and could haves as long as it's logical. I think conspiracy theories is when people get out there and they really start going batshit crazy and just take it into a whole new world. And I mean, looking at it logically with some other plausibility, I'm okay with. Yeah, who said that? Ronnie. Okay. Oh, the tag paramedics, but I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, yes, it was a paramedic, but I don't think he's testified. I thought all the paramedics testified. On this chart, they have a list of paramedics. Katie, Jason Becker, Michael Lank has testified. All of them has testified. All the paramedics. So it can't be a paramedic. And Michael Lank is connected to Christopher Albert. Katie McLaughlin is connected to through Christopher Albert. I don't know. Well, yes, we can go down the rabbit hole if we're not careful, but like my glass theory, it's either going to be the dog or the glass, unless that somebody's got something else. I don't think they're scratches, though. I don't think, I mean, if a dog is going to scratch that hard, he's going to be biting. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. But I don't have a problem with looking at the evidence. And when I look at the evidence, I see glass. Now, it could have been a dog if the arm is bent and they can show me that. I'm not opposed to it being an arm. But what I'm saying is we can't rule out the glass. And part of the reason is that the way the evidence was collected and they brought the glass out, but they didn't say they ran any kind of tests because you would have the residue of what was in the glass and you will have DNA on the glass. Both Johns, if it hit him in the head with force that it did, maybe it depends on where that broken part is. Where is the rest of that glass? Where's the rest of where's the 45 pieces of glass, not 45 pieces of tail light? Uh, yeah, glasses do help at my age. So, you know what? I just think that right now, but I can't believe we got 6 more weeks of this, y'all. I can't believe I'm taking this big of a case on this long. I think my children are starting to get a little weary of it. You're chatting in the dark. Oh, Mary Kent. I'm trying to remember who Mary Kent was. That name is not sticking in my brain. And part of this is a dyslexia, is names we don't remember. I personally, as a dyslexic person, don't remember names very well, but I remember faces with names very well. Hence why this chart was so important to me. But who is Mary Kent? Somebody fill me in here. Bring my memory into being. Did she testify? I think she. I'm not. Am I? Am I wrong in that? Am I right? When would she have testified? It'd have to have been pretty early. Michael Lang. Julie. Not yet. Oh, okay. I don't remember hearing her name coming up. Did it? Did her name? Oh, scratch, scratch. Well, she was mentioned, maybe mentioned, but I don't seem to recall what exactly was said. Oh, okay. So she's one of the friends that some people didn't know who she was and she left and all that. When the parents arrived, did she leave when all the parents arrived? Maybe she was underage and shouldn't have been drinking. Y'all, I know a lot of people complained about the Stanley Cup and made a bunch of accusations. But y'all, this is a Stanley and this is my business logo, Limelight by Alcone. But with having rheumatoid arthritis, it's very difficult sometimes to hold on to things. And I don't have to hold on to drink. So I really today kind of got a little grieved watching the trial because I could see the strain and I mean, we've seen it from day one, but number one, the anger that's boiling up. Excuse me, I'm going to eat a little bit. It's cold, but oh well. The anger that is boiling up into Paul O'Keefe is getting dangerously high. Yes, that too. It is dangerously high. Um, I am concerned for his mental health and the fact that the mother who's lost her daughter, her son-in-law, her grandkids lost both of their parents, and now they just got comfortable with the uncle, and then now lost their uncle. My company sent this to me. It is a Stanley. There's the Stanley for free because I met one of their little challenges, big challenges. I I would not have bought it, but I will tell you, it is heavy when it is full. But the way I'm holding it, it doesn't feel as heavy as it really is. I actually these have been tested. I actually work for a company. Well, not work for, partnered with a company that is very big on safe products, and it's been tested. It's safe. Some of them did. hmm Before they gave them to us, because we got these about the time that all was hitting the internet. And a friend of mine had a lead tester, and we tested it. It's good. But what did someone talk about? I missed it. The underage drinking. The underage drinking. That to me, I think they need to bring charges up on these kids. They still can. I don't know what the statute of limitations is, but the underage drinking and the fact that you're right that they were at a Boston police officer's home. Now, Caitlin Alberts. Okay. Understand, Andrea, it doesn't matter if the parents knew about it. There were people above the age of 18 in the home. However, the parent of Colin was not. Colin, I know for sure, was the youngest that was not drinking, or he was underage, but let's just use him. Colin Albert's parents were not in the home, and under the law, I can even take my kids to a bar, sit down, have them belly up with me. I buy the drink and I hand it to my child. Nobody can do anything about it. Now, if that child becomes overly intoxicated, that's another thing. But Ryan Jr. and his parents, because they were all there drinking together. I mean, they knew about it. It very well can be. I'm talking about for us. But, well, let's look. Okay, here we go. Legal age for drinking in Massachusetts is 21. It is against the law to serve or provide alcohol to underage guests or to allow them to drink alcohol in your home or on your property you control. If you do, you may be prosecuted criminally. The penalty fine is $2,000, imprisonment for up to a year. People under the age of 21 are allowed to consume alcohol on private premises with the consent of a parent or grandparent, according to the state law. Should the person under the age of 21 consume alcohol, their guardian would be held responsible. But it does go on to say that the guardian has to give consent to be there. Um, all right. Any time that a child is not with a parent and drinking, depending on the state. I really just want to do this. This hat is driving me crazy. It's not centered. If you can see that, it's not centered, and I am a very visual. I'm not ADD. No, I don't think I am. The problem I have is that nobody's concerned of the alcohol drinking that these kids were doing, and it's not the first time. And on top of that, they went from one place to the next. And that, I guess because the parents do it, it's fine. No, I'm not going to do that. And I guess right now they're more about going after Karen Reed for murder. But now they're all of age. It doesn't matter. But you are a Boston police officer. You are to uphold the law. You have taken an oath to sworn to serve and protect and to uphold the law. And then you're turning around and allowing, even though it's your nephew, a minor to come into your home when you yourself are not present. It's a parent or grandparent, not a 20-something-year-old the child. So in Greece, when Sandy is talking about having champagne at a cousin's wedding, it's fine for her parents are there and consented. Yes. But also at the time, drinking age may have been different back then. But yes, if the parents are there and consent and hand it to them, then it's fine. I only had 4 to 6 beers. Colin is not of age. That's correct. But they're all worried about going after for murder. I guess murder is the bigger charge here. Did my mouse just bite the dust power wise? Nabbit. Yes, I sound like my grandpa. Dag nabbit. Well, no, that's not going to work. Where is the charger? Y'all, let me stretch and go get the charger. It fell off the desk. Oh. I keep shocking myself. Here we go. Oh, don't you dare fall off again. Dag nabbit. I'm really sounding like my grandpa, aren't I? I'll just hang on to it and bring it around. Oh, I know. I'm messing with wires. I love my wireless mouse, but I forget sometimes to charge it. There we go. Steven, control. No, shut up. I'm not asking you. Steven Scallon said to contact attorney David Yanni after Karen Reed began being arraigned. Thank you, Ronnie. You rock. You want to come in and talk? Call me. Wait a minute. I know I didn't just talk to you. Where is my cowboy? Oh, I got my braid going. Y'all, I made this. I beaded every bit of this. I'll turn it sideways so you can see the beads on the feather. I made this. This thing has got so much work into it, y'all. A lady offered me over $1,000 for it, and her husband said, "You buy another hat and we're getting a divorce." I don't know. Do I look good in it? I feel self-conscious with it. Hey, Ronnie, call me. But if I do this, I got to have red lips, y'all. And I don't have my red lips here, do I? Nope. But I will put more lipsticks. I know, y'all. Oh, by the way, this is my makeup brand. It's called Limelight by Alcone. This is who I'm partnered with. And these are travel size. The other ones are almost 3 times as big. Oh, yeah, baby.
Call from.
Hi, this is Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie.
Girl, I can't believe I can remember his name. Well, I heard his name. I was listening to an attorney, oh no, it wasn't that one. An attorney on YouTube, and he brought up that name, and I said, wait a minute, that name sounded familiar. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm listening good.
Okay. So that's how I was. I was like, what? So anyway, so I looked him up. And I read it. And he's a private investigator. I didn't see him on the witness list though. I just looked at the defense witness list. But anyway, let me tell you what it says.
Yeah.
He went into he saw Karen. He's known Brian Albert for 30 plus years. Okay, in the boxing arena stuff.
Oh.
And apparently, when he saw Karen Reed, and as I said, I heard this on an attorney was talking about him on YouTube, and so, well, girl, I looked him up.
Which attorney was it? No, there's a guy. Are you there? Okay. No, there was a guy that had this retired DA. I took very scrupulous notes of what he was accusing. And I was like, wow, I think he may have made some of these accusations.
Are you talking about Sean?
Don, D-O-N.
Okay.
The name
I
of
don't
the
know who that
agent,
is.
the guy's name. Okay, this show was. The evidence proves Karen Reed is innocent, says retired DEA agent Sean. Yes, Sean.
Okay, so Sean. Okay.
Don, how do you say that? Donough. Donna. But I was like, holy. Do you know what they've not talked about is the vomit?
Oh, I know.
That is very big deal because when you have a severe head injury, one of the things, several things will happen, but you go to sleep. They tell you don't go to sleep with a head injury, and you can. They say that his version of the fight per whoever testify who may testify, the person who told him all this. I have it written down that that he was knocked out for 20 minutes. And this is a witness. This person who's stating all this heard it from somebody in the house, i.e., Brian Albert, supposedly, allegedly, um, allegedly, and blood and vial, and all of that is indicative of. There we go. Is indicative of a head injury, and one of the things is that vomiting, convulsing, all of that is indicative of a head injury. And the last thing you want them to do is go to sleep. But I was surprised that if that why was it not reported? That's why I want to see the medical examiners. I want to see the list from the doctors. I want to see the reports from the ER because they have to document every bit of all that information. I was married to a doctor, and none of that's being brought in yet.
Well, the only thing that was brought up about that today from Jan was
Steve Scanlon. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Scanlon, Scanlon.
Is who Ronnie was talking about. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Hang on just a second.
I found attorney reacts complication today. It had almost of law to what? I'm not understanding this, Eddie. CG, I found attorney reacts complication today. It had almost of law tube reactions. I need you to clarify that, please. So,
in profiling, you were retired DEA. I know. I've been to a lot of different sites too, cowgirl. Oh, yeah,
cowgirl.
That's what I'm talking about.
How do you like my hat?
To a lot of,
there we go.
I like the way you look in that hat.
Really? I spent about 40 hours or more, probably more, beating that. This hat is, let's see if, look at that. And then the feathers is beaded. Yeah. But anyway, the woman who wanted to buy it, they wouldn't let her.
So, the one who what?
The one who wanted to buy it, the husband wouldn't let her.
Oh. Well,
I'd tell him kiss my ass.
Expensive. They are expensive.
Yeah. So go ahead. So the thing.
No, what I was just going to say was that this guy was subpoenaed. He was subpoenaed, but I don't see his name on the list for defense.
Well, is it possible that he won't testify because it may risk?
I don't know.
The federal investigation?
Oh, that's possible too. But that's what triggered Yannetti to, think, this might be a cover up. Because as soon as he saw her on TV,
Eddie, yeah, go ahead.
That's when he said, you know what? She didn't do it.
Well,
Um,
what Sean said in the Sean that I watched, it makes sense. The DE,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, is this the website? Um, is that the website, y'all? But it does make sense. It just logically fits the injuries. It logically fits everything. And once again, if it's wrong, then I'll eat my words. But I just don't see it. And I'm the first one to say the woman did it. You always look at the closest people when somebody dies first. I mean, that's more often not, it's by someone closer to them. But there it is, McDonough. That's the one. There it is. That's the guy. I just realized how crooked the brim is in this thing. I got to fix it. I'm going to have to steam it. It drives me nuts. But when you're trying to sell these things, you want them to look as perfect as you can. There we go. So, but once again, I understand people call it a conspiracy theory, but the way I look at it is that we should look at it from all angles. This is not something that you can only look for. A coin does not have two sides. A coin has a head and a tail and in between.
That's true. And supposedly Scanlon, like Tesla.
Steve Scanlon.
Scanlon. He was what he told Yannetti was the nephew was involved and an ATF agent, and later he found out it was Brian, but he's known Brian for 30 plus years, right?
Well, let's just say
he was leery about saying anything. I mean, he's a PI, but I don't know. Let me look on the.
Well, let's just say this.
List.
Let's say if the DEA agent or the ATF agent and the nephew did something, they take care of their own. But in the end, the guy died. And if this young Colin got upset, I don't know why Colin would have been upset, though. I'm like, what? The only thing that makes sense to me is that Brian Higgins may have gotten a fight with O'Keefe over Karen, and Colin jumped in. But
you see, and I don't think that. I think that there's some. What did she say?
Both Brians, 3 Brians walk into a bar.
Oh, girl, that's funny, Brian.
Brian Alberts and Steve.
I think that the Alberts have been really crooked for years. I mean, what cop makes over $200,000 a year? Okay, a lot of them, some may,
Well,
I think that they've been doing something fishy, and O'Keefe found out about it, or maybe he was asked to join, and he was going to tell him. He was going to turn them in.
Well, the funny thing is, it's a funny thing you should say that, because the Sean gentleman that I watched, he said that police officer earns more money, and he goes, they earn a stupid amount of money for what they do. So it may or may not be that. I don't know. How do you like my mug? It's full of M&Ms. But the thing, there's a lot of crooked people in any business, but legal enforcement, it really runs more prominent in parents and master. But you know what? This almost has more twists and turns than the Murdaugh trial.
That's for sure.
Andrea, that's so funny. I think parents in Massachusetts lack creativity when naming their children. The snowplow guy's name is Brian and his brother's name Albert. I kid you not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it from, and that was the other thing, is that the snowplow drivers, they haven't even gotten to them. I don't know if they're going to call them. Do you know? Because the snowplow driver
What was the
came.
name of, do you remember his name?
Let me see if I can find it. I'm too busy trying to inhale micro M&Ms.
Because the prosecution witness list, it just has like, I mean, they have the state police, but if it's like the O'Keefe, right? It just said Canton, right? It didn't have who it was. I kind of added that as they come on, but wasn't his name?
Oh, y'all, and the
it was
house
a common name.
plow
Lucky,
driver.
Lucky.
Okay, Lucky Lochran.
Oh, it was
L-O.
No. Somebody else.
Okay, listen. Lucky Lochran, Lockren. His name is Brian. He is the brother to a select force agent, Albert. And the plow driver, okay, here's what gets me. Why have we not heard this? But it is documented that plow driver plowed at 2:30. It came through at 3:30. And he didn't see anything. But when another plow driver came through at 4:30, a plow driver heard on over the radio at 4:30 in the morning, pedestrian down on Fairview Road. Now they call that in, and the dispatch is supposed to be the one calling 911. Plow driver assumed that dispatch called the Canton police to make a report. Nobody called. To get back, okay, so the plow driver gets.
Hey, real quick, Carrie Roberts is on the defense witness list. Go on, girl. Go on.
Oh, wow. No way.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I hope that's not incorrect. But anyway, so when the plow driver gets back to the barn, as they call it, he asked, hey, what happened to the pedestrian down on Fairview? His boss tells him, if you ever tell anybody about that story, you will never work for me again. The boss of the plow company is a PD officer. Yeah. McCabe, if they got to him at 4-something in the morning, he could have possibly lived. About, and then here's the thing. The dispatch logs were not accurate on times. That was no, from the EMS.
Oh.
But what if somebody
that's right.
What if somebody did call and they didn't respond because but the other thing that gets me is we have talked about the house, right? They've talked about the house.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, 2022, the housing market was booming. The housing market was just jumping off like crazy. My house that was $120,000 shot up to $240,000 if we had sold it, but it's not mine. I rent it. The thing is that I bought houses before and I sold our house. I mean, I understand how I know how things go. If your market value of your house is $200,000, well, let's just say for their house, it was $110 million. Okay, just ballpark it. $110 million. That means at that time and age, they probably were getting offers of $1,500,000. That's what the market value. People were given close to $2 million for those homes back during the crisis, right? So
Mhm.
why in the sandblasted hell would you sell your house for $50,000 below market when you could get 80,000 above market?
Yeah, there's something fishy with that because
Mm.
that was COVID time, and COVID time they were selling houses crazy, high,
Well,
really high.
yes,
For them
and
to go 50,000 below value, no, that ain't
yeah,
right.
yeah, and then on top, because
Something
I actually
fishy.
pulled up the property records on that. You can pull up tax records on anybody, but the other thing to that is that they said that they had a plumbing leak, a leak in the basement. They had to repair it. Explain to me then why you have not presented a receipt for that. You could give the name of the company that did the work and that they can validate that. Why have they not validated that? I was like, if I was a defense lawyer, I'd be going up there and saying, where's the receipt? Where is your
That's true.
proof? Why do
That's
we
true.
not have proof? Oh, so and so did it for us for free. Well, no. Are they certified? Because in big cities and in cities and even in Canton, because it's identically. Sensei, she just moved my camera. Hold on. Let me let the dog out. Go. I think the dog almost totally almost unplugged everything. I'm going to
You
have to.
see, that's what happened yesterday.
Well, what I'm going to do? No, well, what happened yesterday with all of that other stuff was. Let me get it. There we go. Dag nabbit! Seriously. What happened yesterday is my roadcaster. Remember when RA was online and we were talking about my roadcaster getting glitchy? That's what was happening yesterday. So anyway, we're sitting here and they can't sit there and say that they had a friend do it for them, because when you live in a town of this size or bigger as any town, usually way it works is that you're supposed to have somebody who's certified. Your homeowner's insurance is not going to cover it, which I'm sure they put a claim in, unless they did not have flood insurance. But on a home of such, they have to have flood insurance, number one. Number two, they also, if it is still has a lien against it, it still has to have flood insurance. So where's the paperwork?
That's true.
Where
You
is
have
the
to file a claim
paperwork?
unless they didn't.
Well, but they don't have that kind of money. They said, I know what's
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
true.
They said they didn't. I mean, they said they sold the house because they didn't have the money to maintain it anymore. And the kids were
That's
going off
true.
to school. Don't give me that crap. Don't give me
That's
that
true.
crap. And the plow driver's records would be easy to get too. Why are they not asking these questions? I know some of the evidence can't get in, but you can't get not all of them in. Really? Do y'all hear that beeping? Do y'all hear my
What is
computer
it?
beeping? Can you hear
Oh,
it?
it's your computer? No.
Okay, then we're good. It's 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 my drive is coming up. I don't know what's my free agent drive. So anyway, here's the other thing that's not come into trial, which Brian Albert, which I surprised it didn't, is that he has beaten up several Boston police officers off duty while drinking.
You see, and they're not going to let that in. They're not going to let that in.
Nope, they're not. And um let's see. I got here. Maybe FBI. They don't investigate. Oh, that's the other thing. FBI don't investigate hit and runs. And oh, did you know about this? And this is something that I kind of went ballistic on when I thought about it and I thought they're right. Y'all, when the EMS got there, they were treating this as if it was a domestic violence case.
That's true. You're right.
Y'all, they were not treating it like a hit and run. Everybody told the nurses that they thought this was a domestic violence case. And FBI does not get involved in domestic violence or hit and runs. Just saying. Well, I know police who get alcohol much cheaper.
But the FBI is investigating Proctor, right?
From what I understand.
What? Brian retired making $250K a year. What the heck? That's crazy.
Because the house he bought is less expensive than the house he sold. Yeah, he sold the house for $1,010,000. I saw the bill.
And 2 other murders? Girl, really?
I don't know about the murders. I'm not going to get involved in that.
I do know that there was that, I think I sent it to you, Chris Albert had a hit and run DWI.
Oh, yes, I do have that. I do have that.
But I didn't know about Brian's murders.
Well, and here's the thing. They never searched the cameras of any number of neighbors on the street. Not even include, well, the one across the street from the assistant chief of the, was it police department, fire department that lived across the street from the Alberts was suspiciously not working at the time.
Wasn't that Good? Who the cop that?
Yeah, Mr. Good.
Officer that was it Good? Yeah. Or no, McLaughlin.
Deputy chief that lives across the street, ring corner, not working that night. Here's interesting though is that Karen Reed was arrested February 1st, arraigned on February 2nd. Gallagher.
Lieutenant Gallagher.
Yeah. So there was a person that contacted the attorney that said that for Karen Reed that said that she was innocent and that Brian and Colin Albert was in a fight and the German Shepherd had bit John O'Keefe. He started convulsing. He threw up. They put him he was laid for 20 minutes and they put him in the street so it would be believed that a plow driver had hit him. Stephen Stanley was not there, but someone in the house had told him. They were extremely good friends with Brian Albert. See, here's the thing about cops and people who drink a lot. Loose lips sink ships.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's parents built the home. I'm sure that they very well could have.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What they asked him on Cross when
sometimes I miss things. I'm sorry, sometimes I miss things.
Yeah, because I remember he said...
Oh, he took the parents' home. They built it. I got you, yeah.
Yeah, because he said it's been in the family for over 50 years. I think it's what he said.
Well, that's fine, but...
It's what United said to Brian, and Brian was there like, yeah? Well, why would you sell it? Why would you sell it? It's been in the family. Your parents built it. I could have sworn he said his parents had built it.
Yeah, I remember that now. FBI investigated state PD, or at least the Birchboro woman manslaughter from Albert DUI. I'm going cross-eyed. Yeah.
50 years. His parents built it.
Yeah.
But Brian said they had contacted a realtor in 2021.
Well, but see, the thing is,
prior to John being murdered.
yeah, but here's something that I kind of, and someone said it, and I get it. I've seen crime scenes. I've seen a lot of blood, and blood soaks through that carpet awfully quick. It's like a wick, and when it gets into that asphalt, it is darn difficult. You have to be a professional cleaning crew to try to get that out, but you can't get it all the way out because concrete is so porous it's going to seep down. You would have to literally remove the concrete and dispose of it in order to remove the evidence.
I remember you saying blood was hard to get out of concrete.
Oh, it's real difficult once it soaks in. And, I find it very interesting that I believe it's right. I talked to a retired police officer here and I said, okay, you roll up on scene. There's a guy who is half dead in the yard, frozen. He didn't know anything about the case. And I told him, look, you roll up on scene. The guy is getting CPR by the girlfriend. She's hysterical. He's got wounds. I explained everything to him. And I said, where would you tie off the crime scene and where would you investigate? And he said, I'd wrap that whole house up in tape and wouldn't let anybody within 20 yards of it. Because, he was in the house, supposedly. He went to go in that house. Doesn't matter whether he made it in or not. Well, you know what? That's okay, even if they did hear it, because they had a leak. No big deal. They had a leak. Many people have pipes burst under the foundation and they got to fix it. It wouldn't be that suspicious to them, depending if the house has got any kind of age to it. But the thing about the police officer, I said, so tell me, and he goes, look, I would investigate. I would have gotten a search warrant. Probable cause was it was on his property. Probable cause is that, there was a party that night. There was a gathering that night. I mean, he said the probable cause is not as tough for a warrant just to search the house for any possible indicators that something could have happened in the home. It would also, here's the thing though, if nothing had happened in the home, then a search would definitely rule them out. You don't always do it to rule in. Sometimes you do it to rule out.
They should have searched the damn house.
Well, what I'm saying is definitely you want to take over the CPR because the girlfriend was not getting tired, but she didn't know what the hell she was doing. And she's in a mental state. And he said, well, real shortly 911 showed up, but as soon as 911, as soon as 911, as soon as EMS and EMT and paramedics show up, I would have been taping it. I don't care how snowy it was. I would have at least run a line across the front of the house between cop cars and said, nobody comes in, nobody comes out. I would have had people knocking on that door. The moment I had control of the scene, I would have had everybody in that house get dressed. I would have gotten the homeowners. And that's what that guy said. And yes, they did take over, but it's futile. They even put the machine on him, which actually is better than doing it by hand. It's more consistent and never gives out. And then they bagged him and intubated him. I looked at the pictures of the autopsy photos, and I have seen motorcyclists. Head injuries can cause swelling behind the eyes like that. But you also get head injuries in fight. And a fight will definitely. I used to have a boyfriend that was an avid boxer fan. We went to Vegas. We watched fights every 2 or 3 nights a week. And it's bad. What are your thoughts about the crime scene?
Well, what about this BS about Jen McCabe just storming into her brother-in-law and sister's bedroom? Who in the hell does that? Really?
Well, here's yes and no.
I would have banged on their door, but not storm into their bedroom.
Well, that's the thing. See, my friend Tracy, she is my sister. I call her my sister in love. And she's a sister I never had. And I would storm into her room and be okay with it in an emergency. Okay. But that dog was in that bedroom I would not have stormed in with knowing the behavior of that dog. The door may not have been actually shut, but the behavior of that dog and knowing the behavior of that dog, I would never have walked in and just come in without announcing. So that's where I call bullshit, because you don't walk in on a dog in that situation.
Well,
Okay,
and she said she didn't see the dog.
that's the other issue. I was going to say that. Yes, you can get a distended stomach by giving CPR. That's the one thing I learned from yes, you very much can get distended stomachs. I see it all the time. That definitely happens. So that didn't bother me at all. I just wish somebody could
Get over
explain
here.
it. And so the issue though with the dog is she didn't see the dog. There is no way that dog, with the aggression level that it has, would allow her in the bedroom without barking. He may have been very comfortable with her, but anybody, I mean, my dog is the sweetest thing. She lays down here. She never barks. She is professionally trained service dog. I've often wondered if she would ever attack anybody, but we're becoming so bonded that I could not imagine her not defending me, or at least alerting me that somebody is barging into the bedroom. Just her jumping up and moving would alert me to somebody being in the bedroom. So where the hell is the dog? They said he was sleeping in their room. I was just getting ready to say that. They said he was sleeping in their room.
Yeah, but did somebody say, or was it just rumor, chat? I don't know if y'all heard it too, that Chloe and Tristan took the dog. Did
I don't
Chloe and
remember
Tristan,
hearing that.
What's her name? Caitlin.
I don't remember hearing that. But once again, I may have missed it when I went out to go to the ladies' room or help somebody. I don't
know
remember.
where I heard it. Dang it, I'm like everybody in chat, just watching different things, but I don't know if it was just a rumor, like they may have type thing, or if Caitlin said they took the dog. I can't remember.
Well, I don't think they did. And see, that's one thing I've been very careful about who I watch. The only thing I've watched that's been outside of trial, that's right. The only thing I've watched outside of trials is this Sean guy. Only because I just wanted to see what he believed, because just so I can wrap my head around a little bit why and how they think and where the theory could have possibly gotten started. I struggled in the beginning because I was worried. I was like, how is the defense coming up with this theory to begin with? Where is the spark to the theory? It has to start somewhere, and I don't know where it started.
I don't either. I just have for Caitlin. I didn't even write much on her. I don't know why. I was probably doing stuff.
Hello, Mike from TV Blog. How are you doing?
Her.
Thank you for tapping in from Western Australia. Woohoo!
Well, hello, Mike.
Anybody know Mike? I think that if anything happened, they may have had someone take her before the police. I don't know. Well, where in the hell was Brian?
That's what I think they took the dog after the deed happened. I think Caitlin and Tristan took the dog because Tristan was like Caitlin's puppy dog. You know. He was.
Well, all right, but let's talk about Tristan and Caitlin. And going to the GPS on the 360, it don't lie like that. It doesn't lie like that to me. I mean, I have 360 and it has never had me in the wrong place at the wrong time. So they were going back and forth. Somehow they did not go straight home and stay home. that map, that 360 that had her traveling after she says they got home.
That was Allie.
That was Allie. All right, whoever it was
Mhm.
Allie. Okay, that was Allie. I don't have my notes in front of me. Allie. That to me is weird.
You know what
360.
I think Colin fled the house on foot and called Allie to pick him up at the school.
Possibly.
That's probably
Very much
how
so.
she ended up at the school.
That is a very big possibility. The school wasn't that far away. And, but you know what?
No, and that was on her 360.
I don't know
In
if
her bubble.
okay. Andriel says, I honestly don't think the kids don't have much to do with it. Andriel, I think that if any of the children had anything to do with it was Colin Albert. Basically, by the videos and his demeanor and behavior today in court, I think it's very plausible. I think that if a fight ensued,
probably.
I think if a
But
fight
the other kids, I don't
ensued,
think so.
no, but I think if a fight ensued, say between Brian Higgins and John O'Keefe, apparently in that guy that I saw, they said that he immediately showed up and the fight ensued as soon as he got there. So what if there was a disagreement in the car with Karen Reed and John over the fact that maybe he saw some text that he shouldn't have seen, or somebody in a drunken state said something to him at the bar? Something happened. And so John gets out of the car. Karen flies out. They had a disagreement over the text between her and Brian Higgins. He gets into the house and Brian Higgins in there and he goes, "What the fuck, man?" And you know what I'm saying? "What you doing, my girl? You know, I thought we were bros, man." You know? And then there, you got to fight. You got to fight. And all hell breaks loose because by Sean, the DEA, retired agent DEA Sean, the fight ensued almost instantaneously from when John came into the building, came into the picture.
It was quick.
Whatever happened had to have happened.
They walked into the really quick because everybody left at 1:30, 1:45. You know, when people were leaving, Jan and everybody.
Well,
you know,
why
in the car texting John to come out, but 12:15, 12:30, between 12:15 and 12:30 was it when Karen left, like at 12:30. I mean, if it happened, like I think it happened quick, like within the 30 minutes or an hour, something happened.
Oh, I think it happened much quicker, and then they had to take care of some business, figure out what the hell they were going to do. They said, apparently from the person who spoke to the DEA and the attorneys for Karen Reed, that that he said that they let John lay there for over 20 minutes, and he started coming to a little bit, and he started throwing up and convulsing, and they had to get him out of there. They said there was blood and vomit everywhere.
Yep, I think they hit him. It was an accident. They freaked out, and then they took him out from the basement, and then that passed.
Then what about saying
shoot straight through?
Whose truck did they say they saw? The Ford? Was it a Fusion? That said that the plow driver said Ford something.
It was a Ford.
Whatever it was, but the actual plow driver said he saw a vehicle at, was it 3:30 parked?
An F-150 or a Jeep? I don't remember.
Oh no, I think it was more than it was not a Jeep. It was the Ford. It was a Ford. But he saw a vehicle that belonged to Brian Albert. It may have been his work truck, a work vehicle that was parked right where the body was found. I'm not saying the murder. I don't think this was a murder, premeditated murder or murder for hire. I think what happened, if it was this way, is that John got in a fight with somebody. It didn't matter who caused it. He got in a fight. It was a Fusion. I was right. The Fusion. He got in a fight. It got out of control. They knocked his
Okay.
butt out. He ended up having a severe head injury. They couldn't control the situation. They didn't know what to do. And they dumped him in the snow, thinking, and threw the glass out there. They wanted him to appear drunk. And that I'm getting ready to get off Sparkles. And that the snowplow driver would come by and they would blame them. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it is now 10 o'clock, 10:19 my time. I've been on since
Yeah,
8 a.m. minus a few hours,
I
so
know.
I'm going to call it a night.
I'm gonna,
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna pop into chat.
Pop into chat. Bye, love.
Okay.
We is watching this trial to learn English. It is many complicated. All right. So in English, the way we would say that is, we have been watching this trial to learn English. It is very complicated. And you are so right. Many complications. It is so nice to have nice, cool folks to discuss all this with. My head is getting overloaded with trying to make the math work. You know what? I think that's it. I think we're just all trying to make this puzzle fit, and we don't have all the pieces. Good night, beloved. We don't have all the pieces, and I am a puzzle solver. I like to fix things. I like to know things. You know, as you can tell with this, I am a problem solving kind of person. Oh, great! I got storm notification. I am a problem solving person, and great, we're getting rain. Woohoo! We need it, and it is mind boggling and throwing me out of sorts because I cannot figure this out. Oh, just something little. Yay, but we need it. I can't fix this. I can't figure it out. It's not fitting, and I want to make it fit. I'm not trying to get all this conspiracy theory, but I am trying to look at it from every angle that I possibly can. I do know more than I normally would know on a case, and it's difficult to not with this case. Even Recovery Addict says that he has seen things on this case that are difficult. So, I mean, y'all, it's so hard. So hard. Hello, China. Oh, I know what's causing this little glitchy. I have an external drive plugged in. I'm going to have to, tomorrow's going to be my day that I go through and unplug things that I tried to plug in for the GoPro. So that's what we're going to do. I want to say, you guys, you have blessed me so much. Just having the core, it's 4 of you that have been a core, but from Australia, thank you. Welcome to my live in China. Thank you so much. How do y'all like my beaded hat? I'm from Texas. I beaded it. I did the work. I love doing it. I'm actually going to be trying to get this done tomorrow. It's a baseball cap. But I really enjoy spending this time with you. We will be going on Tuesday tomorrow at 2. If for some reason it cancels, I will let you know. I hope it won't. I'll come live anyway. Yes, we don't say yeehaw. That's a Hollywood movie thing. We don't walk around going, yeah. We don't do that. Dallas Cowboys. Okay, you're my new fan. I am so with you. I met Tom Landry and got to spend a week in his presence, and that was just stinking amazing. It was very good, successful practice. Thank you guys for your patience. I'm so blessed we figured out my ears and all that is working. I just got to charge everything up before tomorrow. So I am going to bid you farewell and adieu. We will see what happens tomorrow. Monday, I may take that day off. We'll wait and see. If I'm invited into a live on anything that has to do with Recovery Addict, I will definitely bring y'all along. I got to figure it out, but I'll bring you along. And then Tuesday we'll start back in court. No, we don't, but let me tell y'all something. I have some custom made boots and they're the most comfortable things. Just straight black and they are kangaroo skin. I'll tell you about those. That's the story behind those, but they are custom made to fit my feet perfectly. And I can live in them. I could live in them. They're awesome. So comfortable. I can walk all day in them and I don't hurt. All right. I'm going to get my puppers. That's what I call my dog. My puppers. My puppy dog. My puppers. I'm going to get her home. We're going to have a night's sleep. I've got to be back here at 10 o'clock in the morning to open the shop. I'll see you too. And your husband works on a cattle ranch? Yeah, exactly. Not everybody wears cowboy boots. But for me, I wear them when I'm out on the ranch. I don't wear them here every day. But Miss Heidi the Highlander and I are going to bid you a farewell and good night. Mods, thank you so much. China, I'm sorry. And uh, Australia, I'm letting you go. But do you know what? Go back and watch it again because the Recovery Addict joined us and it was awesome. I'll see y'all till later. And I am going to play us out. It's going to be some rock